You're listening to Cullman Community Radio's Cullman County Sports Channel. Tonight's broadcast will begin. You're listening to Cullman Community Radio's online channel for sports in Cullman County. Tonight's broadcast will begin in about...
Tradition means something in the state of Alabama. Memories run long here, sometimes for generations. For as long as there's been football in Alabama, there has been rivalries. The sport means a little bit more here. People take pride in their teams, whether it be local or college. Sons run onto the same fields where their fathers sweated, toiled, and bled, sometimes wearing the same jersey with the same number on their back. Football means a little more here than other places. For months, young men have worked hard, getting stronger, faster, hoping that they will outwork their opponents. But now, all that long hours of preparation have come to an end. It's time to put that hard work to the test. The hour that those young men have been waiting on is upon us. It's time to strap on a headgear and go to war. It's time for Friday Night Live. Welcome to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. I am Christopher Greer, joined by my partner in crime, Eric Brenneman. Eric, how are you, man?
Chris, this is, it can't get any better than this. It's been a long, hot summer. Right now, we had a rain shower move through here earlier, and it's cooled things off quite a bit, and it definitely feels like football.
It does, man. Fall is just around the bend, and I'll tell you the truth. I cannot wait. This heat, it's time to go. We've got a really great matchup tonight with a 4A team from just north of Birmingham, and I'm talking about the Fultondale Wildcats, matching up against our own Fairview Aggies. Now, the Wildcats, we played against them way back in the day. They've always been a tough team. Fairview has to come down and actually go to their house. What do you think we're going to see tonight, Eric? Do you think we're going to see maybe some young kids, or do you think they're going to come out both barrels blazing?
Well, I think Fairview's prepared more so than the normal school, but these guys, they've got a lot of guys coming back this year. They're ready to bust them out, and I think, especially on the road, you've got to come out both barrels blazing. They are ready, and I know that the Fultondale Wildcats are a young team, got a lot of new players there, so hopefully Fairview can get off to a great start and just keep it going.
Right. It's a brand new facility here. It is a fantastic AstroTurf facility, Eric. I came down here the other day, and it was absolutely gorgeous. I had a chance to sit down and have a chat with the head coach of the Fultondale Wildcats, and we're going to go ahead and go over to him right now. We recorded an interview, and I'm going to share that with you and let you hear his own words. This was Coach Hogan, and thanks to him and his staff for taking the time out to speak to me and just kind of fill me in a little bit. Here is our interview the other day with Coach Hogan.
Hello, everybody. This is Christopher Greer. I'm sitting here with Coach Hogan of the Fultondale Wildcats, and we're going to just have a quick question and answer session. Coach, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. Glad you're having me, Chris. You've got a young team. We talked a little bit about that. How many seniors do we have this year? We got 5 seniors. 3 of them been playing tonight. You've got all of them that are playing up. Plays very well. Not a bad thing. It might cause some struggles in the near term. And as far term it goes off, you mentioned a little bit of health issues. How are you? Your injury was. And those are guys were very good. Both Talked about Fairview, so how are you prepared for Fairview specifically? And I'm talking about the running back. Well, Coach, Kansas, what it is. The reason that this game is so big to me, Coach Randy, first talk back in spring,
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Wildcat Stadium. Tonight, your Fultondale Wildcats will be competing against the Fairview Aggies. On behalf of Jefferson County School Board, under the guidance of Dr. Walter Gosling, Fultondale High School Principal Adrian Pryor, and our Mayor Larry Holcomb, and the City Council, it is our pleasure to have you in our city. We thank you in attendance and support of these two fine schools.
I think he does a great job holding the players to the standard. I think they do a good job of executing that. I've followed the Aggies for quite a few years now. They play one right. It's important that it means something to them. Let's talk a little bit about your region. We like that some of the regions here. But you got to look at the same really tough games. Played last year. to go TNA and, going back to that improvement between week 1 and week 2 and other costs is and last week is at least there's 2 because things are going to see right when it's ready for the
Well, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after these messages on the Fairview Aggie Sports Network.
Hey, Cullman drivers. Are you tired of the hassle and confusion when it comes to buying a car? Well, we've got fantastic news for you. Meet Adam Aker at Mitch Smith Chevrolet in Cullman, your go-to guy for a no-nonsense car buying experience.
Hey, folks. Adam here. Buying a car shouldn't be stressful. That's why at Mitch Smith Chevrolet, we pride ourselves on transparency, trust, and there's never any BS at MS.
That's right. Adam Aker and the Mitch Smith Chevrolet team are changing the game.
I live and breathe Cullman, just like you. So when you step into our showroom, you're not just another customer, you're family. Together, we'll find the perfect vehicle to fit your needs and budget. Remember, Adam Aker, Mitch Smith Chevrolet, what's not to love?
Cracked windshield? Don't wait. Call the pros at Odin's Auto Glass in Cullman. From chips to full replacements, Odin's gets you back on the road fast. With honest prices, top quality glass, and service you can trust. Locally owned, family run, and proud to serve Cullman and North Alabama for over 40 years. Odin's Auto Glass, where safety meets service. You can call 256-734-2800 or stop by their
Because when you work with us, you're not just a client, you're family. We're the Warhurst Team Realtors at SR4 Realty. Real estate with heart, hustle, and hometown care.
You can find us on Facebook or Instagram at the Warhurst Team Realtors.
Of the locker room, ready to run through to kick off this 2025 season. It's been a long, hot summer. These guys are tired of looking at each other and are ready for new opponents here tonight. So, as watching the Fairview Aggies collect in the end zone, it's absolutely great weather. Perfect. Probably the best it's been all summer. We got lucky with the rain shower that moved through here a little bit ago. And it's about 70 to 75 degrees right now. And everybody is out. I can't believe how many people were here early tonight. I tell you what, from the cheerleaders to the fans, everybody was here early and ready. And this is a big deal tonight. So, a new era at Fultondale Wildcats. A lot of new players in for them. The Fairview Aggies, a lot of returning players ready to kick it off with both barrels tonight. Hard and heavy and never looking back. So here we go with just under 5 minutes to go on the scoreboard.
Thank you to our pregame meal sponsor, the Wildcat football program. And a huge thank you to our amazing sponsors who kept our team filled up all season long. Chili's, Outback Steakhouse.
So right now,
barbecue.
You know, our roster sits around 50, and we've got at least 14 seniors coming back with 11 juniors. Should be about 8 starters back on both sides of the ball. So we're excited. The team is excited. They've been working hard this spring and summer. So, you know, one of the messages that Coach Redding had was go deeper. With 6 consecutive trips to the playoffs, they want to go deeper, not just on the playoffs, but in life. They're molding these young kids the right way, and they believe they have the talent. They have all the pieces to make this year a deep run, if not the deepest.
Well, Eric, you know, I've said it before, and I said it in an interview earlier this week. All the stars have lined up. They've got a very heavy class so far as upperclassmen go. And these guys, they've made it to the final or to the semifinals, but they've never made it to the finals. Could this be the year that Fairview punches through the glass ceiling? You know, I don't have the answer to that yet, but when you look at the schedule for Fairview is honestly, it's very good. You've got Fultondale in the season opener. This is a jamboree. It's not a regular season game. Meanwhile, next week you have Springville at home. Then you travel right up the road to West Point. Then you've got Ardmore, Lawrence County, and Russellville. All 3 of those are at home. Then you go for a road stretch to Priceville, Sardis, and East Limestone before finishing up with Good Hope. That is a very, very beneficial schedal for the Fairview Aggies.
Well, all roads to the championship. You know, there's always a little bit of luck involved, a little bit of breaks. You know, a favorable schedule certainly puts them on the right path.
Well, we've got the captains are out there right now. And
number 2,
the captain's number 15, that's Colt Redding for the Aggies. You've got number 21, that's Jay Stevens. He's out there. Number 14, everybody knows him. That's Jay Carper. And the other captain is the young man who is hurt. That is Jay Stevens, or not Jay Stevens, excuse me, Zayden Cruz. And he is very sorely missed. He is somebody that Colt Redding really started looking for, especially towards the end of last season.
Well, I'll tell you, these captains all look familiar. I've watched them for several seasons now. that just kind of, foreshadows what kind of talent that this team has coming back.
For the Fultondale Wildcats, Jaden Gadsden, he is one of the captains. Number 9, Caleb Parker is another captain. We've got the coin toss now, and it looks like Fairview is going to receive. So Fairview will receive the ball to start the season. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. To everybody who's out there listening, either on the internet or on the FM, we appreciate you tuning in.
Over here in front of the press box. This is for VIP.
We had some technical issues. This is the first time we've used a lot of this technology here, and it was a bit fickle. The broadcast booth is brought to us by 212 Insurance Group. They provide that extra degree of service that you deserve. The first half kickoff is going to be sponsored by Shattuck's Garage Doors. More than just garage doors, experience the Shattuck's difference. And we'll be going down shortly to our sideline reporter, and that would be Miss Kalia Fitch. Our sideline reporter is brought to you by Ditto's Transmission. Honest and reasonable. Trust Ditto's for all your transmission needs. The scoring recap will be sponsored by CCM Garage Doors. Don't fight the ups and downs of an aging garage door. Give them a call. Here comes the Fairview Aggies out through the tunnel, and the smoke, the band starts playing, and the crowd on the other side of the stadium, they travel pretty well, Eric. It looks like there's plenty of people over there.
Well, it's just like your little kid lit the candle, Chris. They can't really do it. Wildcat. Here comes
Absolute. Yeah. That's what we like hearing. That's the next generation of Fairview right there. So the Aggies getting ready to receive the kickoff. And, man, I can't wait.
This is going to be an interesting test. Fultondale so young out there. They're gonna play defense first. They're gonna kick off to the Aggies, and we're gonna get to see the firepower that these Aggies have been working on all summer. Right now, we've got both teams getting ready to take the field and lining up for the kickoff. We've got the clock set 12 minutes, and here come the Aggies taking the offensive position.
The Aggies are in position to receive the kick. Here comes the Wildcats onto the field, and back deep for the Fairview Aggies, Colt Redding. He is the deep man. Jay Stevens is back there with him. Kicking off for the Wildcats, as soon as I get a number 23, and we don't have that young man, I don't believe, on our roster. The ball's on the tee. And there's the kick. It's up. It's short. It's going to be fielded at about the 21, up across the 30, to the 35, to the 40. Then he is brought down on the sideline. On the return, that was Connor Duncan, the junior, 5'9", 165, plays wide receiver. Also plays some defensive back for the Aggies. Great return. Great field position, Aaron.
Yeah, Connor Duncan maybe gets some positive yards right off the bat. Brought the ball out to the 40. Almost was able to turn the corner there, but now we get set for the first play of the 2025 season.
Fairview Aggies now come out, and Colt Redding, the senior quarterback, leads his offense onto the field. Now, we have watched this young man develop for several years. Beside him in the backfield is Jay Harper, number 14, and you can't find a much better running back than Mr. Harper.
No, absolutely not. He does it all, and, as much as I want to focus on one, there's easily 3 or 4 more. These guys have been enjoying to watch the last 7 seasons.
Well, the officials are talking some things over right now.
There's a lot of keys to work out on your first game. It's these officials' first game back. So
Sure.
A lot of things to work out, but we're going to get rolling here quick tonight. I've got a good feeling about this.
Connor Scott goes over, talks to Coach Redding. The Aggies are in their away white uniforms with purple helmets.
Looking for some volunteers for the
They'll
change
be
room.
going from right to left in front of us. The Wildcats, meanwhile, are in blue and orange with black helmets. And as an Alabama fan, I have to say, I've never found the blue and orange colors that appealing. I know for some people they enjoy them, but for me, it's just not my thing. All right, Kalia, can you say that again, please? All right, Kalia is cutting in and out. We've had some technical issues of our own up here tonight, Eric.
You know what? That's okay, Chris. It's all part of the process. And I think it won't matter much to these players right here. And
as soon as they can get going. For the offensive line, you got Big Andrew Latham at left tackle. Next to him, I believe that would be number 59, and that is Evan Smith.
And
very disciplined unit there for Fairview. They come to the line of scrimmage. There's a snap. He hands it off to Harper. He goes off the left side, gets the corner to the 50, to the 40, to the 30, lowers his shoulder, delivers a shot. It is ridden out of bounds at the 27-yard line, but not before picking up a branding iron steakhouse first down for the Aggies.
That's how you do it, Chris. Just a simple handoff to the left. He was able to get the corner, and he got speed quickly with the punishing push at the end.
Man, that was a big pickup of about 30 yards on that play. We would normally be keeping stats tonight, but tonight we won't. There goes Colt Redding. He's going to hand it off to Connor Scott. Goes around the right side. Gets up across the 25. He's going to be brought down just across the 25-yard line. It's going to be a pickup of about 3 yards. Fairview is going fast. Man, Fairview is going quick. They're back up on the line of scrimmage. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. He takes his snap, hands it off to Harper. He picks his way through the line across the 20, carrying defenders across the 10, across the 5, down to the 2-yard line. And that's another branding iron. First down for the Aggies.
Jake Harper skating sideways through tacklers. Almost over the goal line, but right there at it, we got first and goal from the 2.
First and goal. They take the snap. Harper gets the handoff, goes to the right side, but he is brought down by several Wildcat defenders. And well defended by that young Wildcat team. There were so many I couldn't get a number here.
Well, that looked like a congested area there, but I believe he actually gained 1.5 yards on that play. So it's still, it's 2nd and 1. Second goal on the 1.
Well, you got to expect Mr. Harper's going to get the ball again right here. Colt Redding,
this is
in a shotgun, 2 receivers to the far side. Takes the snap, hands it to Harper, goes right up the gut. Touchdown, Aggies!
Jake Harper, right up the middle from the 1. Beautiful play. I don't know if he got contacted on that play, Chris. But,
I don't believe anybody touched him, Eric, until he got into the end zone. Kalia, are you there? Well, our sideline reporter confirmed it. He got right through the end zone. Nobody touched him. Now lining up for the kick is number 15, Colt Redding. This is a new role for Colt. Normally, he's the one holding it. There's a snap. It's down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. With 10:14 left in the first quarter, the Fairview Aggies take the lead 7-0. We're going to take a 1-minute break. We'll be right back after these messages on Friday.
Are you looking for a reliable ride at the lowest prices in town with financing? PNC Auto has you covered. Finance options for all credit types, good, bad, or ugly. Plus, a free vehicle report is available for each listing. You can get pre-qualified today online at mypcauto.com, and they offer a free 90-day powertrain warranty or free maintenance for a year. No, we're not kidding. Chad Johnson and Paul Carpenter are ready to help you drive away happy today. Chad is available at 256-493-2491, or Paul can be reached at 256-339-9932. PNC Auto on Highway 278 just past the Methodist Church, or online at mypcauto.com.
Welcome back to Fultondale, Alabama. I am Christopher Greer, joined by my partner in crime, Eric Brenneman, and our sideline reporter, Kalia Fitch. And Fairview has taken the lead 7-0, getting ready to kick the ball off to these Wildcats. Eric, how would you say that drive went for the Ag?
Look, we're less than 2 minutes into this game. Fairview's up 7-0. You know, they went to their strengths on that, on their offensive plays, and I think that's going to serve them well tonight. Really liking what I'm seeing.
Short kick, it's going to bounce at the 30, and I think Fairview has recovered. I believe Fairview recovered the pooch kick.
Receiving their own kick.
Number 21, Jay Stevens on the recovery. You called it, my friend. They're coming out both barrels blazing.
Heads up play right there. Jay Stevens was all over that. Was able to cover the kick and get the offensive possession. Now the Aggies have the ball on the 30 at their own end here. So here we go.
At center for the Aggies, number 66, Sebastian Garcia. We'll get the rest of the line here in a second. It's hard to get it in. They're going so quick. Cole Redding sends a man in motion, going from right to left, takes the snap. He's looking to pass now, has a man deep, lays it up, and he goes up. Did he bring it down? And he did. It was a catch that was bobbled, but then he brought it in. Jordan Ellis with the catch.
Chris, that's gonna be a play that's gonna be on Sports Center. Threw it right over two defenders, right in the mix, and he came down with it. And
going to be first and goal for the Aggies from the 8-yard line.
How about that? There's another step. Colt Redding takes it. He hands it off to Harper. Goes off the left side. The 5-2 touchdown.
Number 14, Jake Harper.
Well, we are off to a rocket ship start tonight.
Yeah, I would say he was untouched on that. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I believe you're right.
He did make that one look easy. Coming onto the field now with 9:39 left in the first quarter to tack on the extra point is number 15, the quarterback, Colt Redding. And I tried to get the offensive line, but I didn't have enough time.
Well, I tell you what, they did their job. So props to them.
There's a snap. The hold is good. The kick is up. Plenty of distance, and it is going. With 9:39 left in the first quarter, Fairview jumps out to a 14-0 lead. We'll be right back in about 45 seconds on the Fairview Aggie Sports Network.
Part by Merchants Bank of Alabama, a division of South Point, now with several locations across the state, but still located in the heart of Cullman County. They are a proud sponsor of Cullman Community Radio on Live 95. Merchants Bank of Alabama, a division of South Point, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Friday Night Live here in Fultondale, Alabama. I am Christopher Greer, joined by Kalia Fitch and Eric Brenneman, my partners in crime, and here's the kickoff. They pooched it and recovered it last time. They pooch it again. It hits, and they're going to recover again, I believe. Did they get the ball? No, I think the Wildcats came up with it. Oh, man, number 5, Jamie Gatson, came up and saved a second special teams turnover for the Wildcats. Hands up play by that young man.
That was a carbon copy kick of the first time they recovered it, and they came very close to doing it again.
I think that landed, Eric, at exactly the same spot on the field.
I agree.
It's almost like they've practiced that. Fairview lines up in what we would call a 30-stack defense, which is 3 men up front and 3 linebackers playing behind them. Fultondale sends 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Quarterback in the shotgun, man in motion. They hand it off to him. That's number 6, Travis Jackson, and he goes nowhere. He's going to lose 2 yards, Eric.
Chris, if I had one word to describe this defense off that one play, it's aggressive. You can tell if they're going to be lining up like that tonight, it's going to be a long night for the Wildcats.
We've got a player down. There's a player down for the Wildcats, and they're going to take an injury timeout. We're going to take a timeout as well, and we will be right back after these messages on Friday Night Live.
Guthrie's Auto Service has been providing quality automotive service since 1985. Located in Cullman on Eva Road, just north of 157, Guthrie's Auto Service is a AAA approved and Napa Auto Care Center, meaning their repair work is warranted up to 3 years or 36,000 miles. And because they're part of the Napa Auto Care Network, their work is also warranted at over 14,000 Napa Auto Care locations across the country. Terry Guthrie and his team are award-winning, collecting Napa's Auto Care Center of the Year for the Nashville Distribution Center and a People's Choice Award in 2020. More information is online at Guthrie'sAutoservice.net.
Welcome back to Fultondale, Alabama, and the Fultondale Wildcats are looking at a 2nd and 12. The quarterback is number 9, Caleb Parker, 5'7", 9th grader, very young. Makes a snap, looks to his right, throws it wide, nearly picked off. Jay Stevens, number 21, broke on that ball. He was trying to connect with Marion White. That is a senior, but could not connect.
This defense, and I'm really liking what I'm seeing so far, Chris. Aggressive.
Very, very aggressive. And they're playing against a young team, so that's completely understandable.
You know, some of that's mind games, some of it's scheming. But here we go. 2nd and 12 for the Wildcats. Let's see what the Aggies have for them.
Quarterback in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the near side. Quarterback takes the snap. He rolls out to the right, and he is blasted by Jake Harper. That's going to be a big-time loss of about 15 yards or so.
That play alone was due to seniority. That
yes.
He has been here. He has been a workhorse. He came right through that line and didn't have any problem bringing it down.
Well, the Wildcats now, we might see the punt unit. This is the first time we've seen their offense, and the offense dropped about 15 yards on 3 plays.
Well, you know, when you're young like this, this situations, they get you really nervous. So they're going to have a lot of poise just to come out of this and even punt the ball without a turnover. But it's 4th and long right here. We'll see what happens.
And got some late substitutions coming onto the field. Going to be waiting on the signal. And
we have a
I believe we're going to have a timeout. We're going to take a timeout as well. We're going to play about 40 seconds of commercials, and we'll be right back on Friday Night Live.
Powering the good life. That's what Cullman Electric Cooperative does. Reliable, affordable electricity to keep your home running and Sprout Fiber Internet to keep you connected with blazing fast Wi-Fi for home, school, and work. They are proud to support the student athletes, cheerleaders, and band members who bring energy and pride to our community every single day. Cullman Electric Cooperative and Sprout Fiber Internet, powering the good life.
In 1952, 7 men at an aluminum plant banded together and started Lister Hill Credit Union with only $5 each. Today, more than 92,000 have joined us, continuing the legacy of supporting themselves and the community through Lister Hill. It's all about we and what we can do together.
Welcome back to Gardendale, Alabama, or Fultondale, Alabama, on the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. With 7:50 left in the first, Fairview has a 14-0 lead. And right now, Gardendale is at 4th and 22, and we're about to see the punt unit Back deep, you got Jake Harper and number 15, Colt Redding. I imagine they will kick it away from Jake. There's a snap, good snap. It's a low kick, bounces up to 35, across the 50. Good roll, down to the 40, down to the 35, to the 34. Man, not an impressive looking kick at first there, but boy, made up for it with the roll, didn't it?
I tell you what, as long as it gets there, I guess it's the story. Yeah, that ball went probably at least 25 yards on the roll, but good possession for the Wildcats. The Aggies still the ball at the 34-yard line of the Wildcats. So there we go. We get the third offensive possession here with the first two resulting in touchdowns. So here come the Aggies.
All right, we got whistles blowing. The Aggies came to the line of scrimmage, and it looks like Jake Harper has got some blood. They're sending him out of the game. So coming onto the field,
that is Scott Connor.
Is that Connor Scott, number 5?
No, thank you.
Okay. That would be Rex Chandler. He lines up the side, and it's going to be an offsides on Fultondale.
When the hits are coming quick,
they sure are.
Piling up, and so that makes a 1st and 5 here for the Fairview Aggies. Excuse me, it's on the Aggies.
Wow, they said it's against the Aggies.
They did. Unfortunate, but it's okay. The Aggies still will have the ball here down at the 29-yard line. The 1st and 15.
There is it says connection.
And number 8 stays in the ball. Chandler, Rex linebacker as well, 5'9", 180 pounds. We have not seen him carry the ball yet. He lines up to Harper or to Colt's left. 3 receivers to the far side. Now they're changing the plays. Nobody is back deep for Fultondale. They have stacked the box. We've got whistles blowing. And I believe that's going to be
timeout Wildcats.
It's going to be another timeout for the Wildcats. We'll take one as well. This will be a 35-second break. We'll be right back after these messages on the Fairview Aggie Sports Network.
Cullman Appliance Repair is now Cullman Appliance and HVAC Repair, now servicing your heating and air needs as well. Servicing most models and brands, they can be found on Facebook or Google for those appliance or HVAC repair needs. Proudly supporting Cullman area athletics and collegiate football. When that appliance or HVAC system frustrates you and you're in need of a repairman, Robert Brantley and his team are ready to help. They're available via call or text at 256-507-3415 or on Facebook, Google, or online at CullmanApplianceRepair.com. Alabama HVAC number 22238.
Alabama, I am Christopher Greer, joined by Eric Brenneman and Kalia Fitch, and we are the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. Thank you so much for tuning in.
We are not using the timeline to get this.
Well, you know, so far it's been all Aggies. The only down spot has been an offsides call on the Aggies, but 1st and 15 here when they get rolling again. The ball will be at the 29-yard line, and we'll see how they respond to that penalty.
Let's see if Jake Harper comes back in the ball game. They had him go out. The official kind of signaled
the upper
that he
right
had some
hand corner,
blood.
I've got 3 bars that looks like a setup. I've got
on his elbow, and
a Wi-Fi. I don't think it is. It's got a Wi-Fi and a question
Harper is
mark
still out. Number 8, Rex Chandler, still in. So there's the snap. Redding rolls to his right, looks downfield. He's got plenty of time. Throws, and it is in and out of the hands of Jay Stevens, number 41. He had it momentarily, but just couldn't bring it back in here.
Well, that took a little longer to develop than they wanted to. Had a bobble there after the pass. Luckily, actually, that wasn't picked. That was a prime target, but not able to complete that.
Colt Redding is in the shotgun. Again, they don't go to the line of scrimmage. They are just moving fast. He's got number 8, Rex Chandler, beside him. 2 receivers to the near side. He's going to hand it off to Chandler. He goes right behind the center. Gets across the 35, up to about the
Wildcats.
If it wasn't for that, that might have been 6. That was a good run by Rex.
Yeah, that was an excellent run by Rex.
I tell you what.
Well, now we see something we haven't seen before. 2 backs in the backfield. Looks like number 21 is Jay Stevens. He's going to take the snap. Hits it off to Harper. Got a hole. He's across the 50 to the 40. He's going to be brought down at about the 35-yard line.
Well, these Aggies are dangerous. You not only got your primetime players, you got your backups as well.
Well, that's a big pickup at a Branding Iron Steakhouse. First down for the Aggies. Harper is back in. He takes the pitch out and doesn't get anywhere. Okay, my mistake, Malia. That's why we're a team. That was Rex Chandler on the carry. Looks like actually he lost a couple of yards. Very well defended by the Wildcats.
Landry went up 12 here now for the Aggies. 6:11 to go in the quarter. Up 14-0. Ball's on the 37.
Chandler still in. Got 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. They spread the field. Second 11. The ball is going to be on about the 37-yard line. He takes a snap, looks downfield, pump fake. Oh, my goodness. Jay Stevens was behind the defenders and they could not connect. Man, put a little air under that ball, Eric, and it's a touchdown.
Exactly what I was thinking, Chris. Just awful the execution on that.
It says connected.
Excellent, man. Great route, great play.
Great play call.
Could not connect on it.
Well, if they had connected, there's nobody to stop him, and that's another 6. So, great play call.
They're going to call a timeout. We're going to take one as well. This is going to be about a 40-second timeout. We'll be right back on the Fairview Aggies Sports Network.
Founded in 1887, Cullman Savings Bank serves the people of Cullman with a full line of banking services. One of those services is their Legacy Checking Account, available to those 50-plus, military, teachers, policemen, and firefighters. It features no monthly service charge, interest earned on any balance, free paper or e-statements, and 2 free boxes of checks per year, along with other features. You can stop by any one of 4 convenient locations and ask them about the Legacy Checking Account, or visit www.cullmansavingsbank.com for more information. Cullman Savings Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Fultondale, Alabama. I am Christopher Greer, joined by my partner in crime, Eric Brenneman and Kalia Fitch. And we're coming out of this break. Right now, Fairview leading 14-0, and they are driving with 5:46 left in the first. Don't know, is Jake Harper back in? I believe he is. I see him. He's lined up to Colt's right. There's a snap. Hands it off to Harper. Makes a cut. Goes back to the right side to the 30. To the 25. He's dragging defenders down to about the 22-yard line. If that'll be enough for another Branding Iron Steakhouse, first down, leaving their marks on great steaks, Branding Iron Steakhouse.
That was a big test for this Aggies offense on 3rd and 22. Picked it up. I believe he got, 3rd and 12, and they got 14 out of that for another first down. And we're at the 21-yard line, and they're skipping the end zone yet again with coming up on 5:18 left in the first quarter.
They are. Colt Redding is back in the shotgun. He's got Jake Harper beside him. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Takes a snap, hands it off to Harper, goes off left tackle, turns on the Jets down to the 10, to the 5, carrying defenders down to the 2-yard line. And that will be another Branding Iron Steakhouse first down for the Aggies.
So far, Chris, this team is a wrecking ball. Picking up big yardage chunk plays, and they're doing it the old-fashioned way. They're running the ball, mixing a few passes in there, but their run is so effective right now.
Man, those big uglies up front are blasting open some holes.
They are earning their name this week and tonight here. And here we go from the 3.
Harper is beside Colt. Colt takes a snap. He hands it off. And that's going to be a touchdown, Aggie.
And off to number 14, Jake Harper.
So with 4:28 left in the first, Jake Harper has 3 touchdowns. Fairview goes out to a 20-0 lead. And now they come on to attempt the extra point.
You know, they wanted to start this season with a blast. I believe they're well on their way. 20 unanswered points here with the extra point pending with 4:28 left in this first quarter. That's a great point, Kalia. I've actually noticed that as well. It's a little more quiet on the sideline as well for them.
There's a snap. The kick is up. The kick is good. So with 4:28 left in the first quarter, Fairview takes the lead 21-0. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back in about 1 minute and 8 seconds on the Fairview Aggie Sports Network.
You know, we have one of the coolest places right here in Cullman. It's Cleaning and More Cullman on County Road 437. Cleaning and More Cullman has reliable and professional residential and commercial cleaning services tailored to your needs. And I know because we use Cleaning and More Cullman at the Warhurst Team Realtors for our buyers and sellers. Cleaning and More Cullman is more than just cleaning supplies. They have janitorial supplies like trash can liners of all sizes, cleaning supplies, mops, brooms, paper towels, they have it all. Plus concession stand and restaurant supplies like cups, cutleries, plates, to-go containers, bags, straws, nacho trays, even popcorn bags. Cleaning and More Cullman has it all. Need climate control storage? How about 10x10, 10x15, and 10x20 units? And they even have the U-Haul trucks to carry your stuff. You can check them out at cleaningandmorecullman.com. You can get info at cleaningandmorecullman.com, or the way I like, you can dial them up at 256-736-9944. 256-736-9944. Cleaning and More Cullman. County Road 437. Under the big white sign with the U-Hauls.
Cracked windshield? Don't wait. Call the pros at Odin's Auto Glass in Cullman. From chips to full replacements, Odin's gets you back on the road fast.
Welcome back to Fultondale, Alabama. I am Christopher Greer, joined by Eric Brenneman and Kalia Fitch. Kalia, I understand you're with some Aggie fans down there. Is that right?
Wildcats will start on the 35-yard line. First and 10.
Can we get a Go Aggies from it? All right.
Love to hear it.
Fultondale lines back up. The freshman, number 9, Caleb Barker, in the shotgun. He's going to hit it off the right side. And a big stick on the tackle by 42. That's Alex Garcia.
Drop down by number 42.
Beautiful play right there by Alex.
That play gained 2 yards. That is the biggest gain so far of the night for the Wildcats. And I've got to say this about the staff here at Fultondale. They were so accommodating, so kind. They've been absolutely helpful. 3 receivers to the far side. Quarterback takes a snap, hands it off again, goes off left guard. Maybe picks up a yard, and he runs into a white wave of Aggies. Led by number 42 again. That would be Alex Garcia. I believe number 74 was in on that play as well.
Braxton.
Yeah, that would be Avery Latham, the big man that holds it down at left tackle. 6 foot, 255 pounds. And if he doesn't want to be moved, Derek, he's not going to be moved.
I tell you what, that's going to be a force right there.
Now the Wildcats come back to the line of scrimmage slowly. The clock ticking, 3:08 left in the first. Fairview up 21-0. Number 8 takes a snap. He's going to run it himself. Goes off the left side. He's got a little seam. Across the 45. Shoots a defender. Across the 50. Into Fairview territory. Down to the 48. And that's a branding iron first down for the Wildcats. Good run by number 6, Travis Jeffers. Number 9, Caleb Parker.
Well, I tell you, that was a broken play from the start. But great job of scrambling. Where the Aggies finally caught up to him, and not before he got a first down.
He picked his way across, and And that was a nice game. We got flags coming in now. I believe the officials are going to talk some things over.
You know, Fultondale's interesting. Their quarterback is only 120 pounds and 5'9". So,
well, the young man is only a freshman. 120 pounds, 5'7".
Well, he is slippery. I will give him that.
Absolutely, he is. That was an impressive run by that young man. And looks like we're going to have a timeout on the field. We're going to take one, too. This will be a 38-second timeout. We will be back after these messages on the Fairview Aggie Sports Network.
At Plus One Heating and Air, we believe in more than just fixing your HVAC system. Our team of skilled technicians is dedicated to providing top-notch service with a smile. Whether it's installation, repairs, or maintenance, you can trust Plus One Heating and Air to get the job done right the first time.
I've never experienced service like this before. Plus One Heating and Air not only fixed my heating system promptly, they also ensured everything was running smoothly. They truly care about their customers.
So when you're in need of heating and air services, remember the company that's willing to walk that extra mile for you. Plus One Heating and Air, where trust meets exceptional service.
And we're back on the Fairview Aggie Sports Network, and we just received word a lightning strike was close. We're going to have a 30-minute delay for lightning. So, Eric, I guess we get to talk at length about what we've seen here so far.
Well, luckily we're on the roof for the lightning, so there's that.
Yeah, I mean, what you don't want to be.
No better place to be for lightning. Right?
What you don't want to be is in a low place. Look. Because that attracts the lightning. We're right next to the metal light pole, too. So that should protect us.
And the metal fence all around us.
Yeah, I tell you what, starting to build a few raindrops as well. But, there's 2.5 minutes to go left in this first quarter. And the Aggies, it's been all Aggies since 2011. And come out with a bang, they did. They were ready, they were prepared. Had a recovered kick that enabled them to get another offensive series in the empty catch.
Well, that onside kick was massive. It truly was. You had an opportunity to punch them in the mouth to score. They did that, and then they just jump on the ball again, and they do it a second time.
Well, since they came out of the tunnel, they were certainly enthusiastic, standing behind their seniors and led the way with some punishing throws. No trick plays there. Just play to their strengths, and you can tell on the field. And it certainly shows they were marching for sure.
Well, the Fairview Aggie band now is leaving the stands. Our Fultondale band is not. They're staying with us. They've got all those tubas in their band, so that should protect them from the lightning. Everyone knows that lightning is afraid of crowds.
As I'm looking around, I haven't seen any yet, but it has clouded up pretty good at this point. Hopefully this is just a cell that moves through, and we can continue this 2025 season here on the road for the Aggies. And I can't say enough about them performing strong. They've had a lot of players contribute already tonight.
Well, I just looked at some radar, and there was lightning further to the west of us because it's clouded up pretty good back there. But maybe not that much coming towards us. Hopefully.
Well, we're getting to that time of year where it's really unpredictable. You got the heat that we've had, and then when these storms decide to rise up, that heat is coming. They can last a few minutes. It did rain, probably about 5 minutes, about an hour before kickoff. Dried up pretty quick, and now we've got it back here. So no rain yet, but
it was just the right amount of rain, so it would make things muggy and hot and sticky.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's the worst when you get rain in the middle of the day because it has a chance to heat right back up, and it's twice as worse as it was. But here tonight, it still feels great out here. Hopefully we can hold off on the rain and get some lightning out here.
Well, they went in at about 7:35, so a 30-minute delay. That's going to push us back to about right at 8 o'clock. Hopefully, like we said, hopefully it won't take too long. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll play the interview with Coach Reddy. You are listening to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. Currently, we're in a rain delay. 2:30 left in the first quarter. Fairview leads 21-0. We'll be right back for these messages.
Hey, Cullman fans, when it's game time, it's pizza time, and nobody brings the flavor like Pasquale's Pizza, a Cullman tradition with the original recipe since 1968. We're talking fresh, made from scratch dough, zesty, signature sauce, and a mountain of melty cheese. Still made with the same recipe you've loved for over 55 years. You can dine in or carry out and taste the hometown tradition that's been winning since day one. Pasquale's Pizza, a Cullman tradition, and still making it the way we used to, because that's how Cullman likes it.
In today's world, broadband internet is an absolute necessity. Unfortunately, the large cable and phone companies only provide broadband internet where it's profitable for them. For the rest of us, there's Cyber Broadband. Providing internet service since 2004, Cyber utilizes a small radio antenna to deliver broadband where cable and DSL don't go. You can join the 21st century today with Cyber Broadband, supporting streaming, VPN access, and everything else you've been wanting to do with that slow internet connection. It's Cyber Broadband for the win. They can be found online at cyberbroadband.net or look them up on Facebook.
When it comes to securing a home loan, you want someone who knows the ropes and can guide you every step of the way. That's where Josh Phillips of Maven Mortgage comes in.
I'm Josh Phillips of Maven Mortgage Group. You can reach me at 256-338-2920. And whether it's your first time buying a home or your fifth time, we'd love the opportunity to serve you and your family in all your home financing needs.
Josh Phillips and Maven Mortgage. Their name says it all. Experience you can trust, knowledge that works for you. With one phone call, you can take the next step toward your dream home with Josh Phillips of Maven Mortgage. Your home, your future. Josh Phillips at Maven Mortgage. 256-338-2920. 256-338-2920. NMLS number 338177.
Welcome back to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. I am Christopher Greer, joined by my partner in crime, Mr. Eric Brenneman. And Eric, we've seen 3 quick lightning scores by the Fairview Aggies. Maybe I shouldn't have said lightning.
Well, yeah, you said that right. That lightning carried over. We've got some actual lightning in the area. So, but you're right. The Aggies offense looks exactly like lightning. Actually, I'll say this. They look more like a bowling ball. And with the calculated effort, the offensive line is playing outstanding. And from what little defense that we've seen, it's been aggressive. I like the way this team is looking so far.
You know, I am too. And one of the big questions was going to be the line play. And the offensive line has been blasting open some holes, in this Fultondale defense. The Wildcats just don't seem to have an answer for it. And, again, the Wildcat defense is very, very young. These kids are mostly freshmen and sophomores with just a few juniors, and I think they've got 3 seniors who were on the team this year. Well, they've got 5, but only 3 are playing.
When you're having to start over essentially like that, it's tough on a young team to be in this spot. It's your first game. You're at home. And immediately you're down 21-0. So it's going to test their mental strength, as well as their actual strength. We can see a little less pep in their step on the sideline already. Now this delay will kind of change things a bit, maybe hit the reset button. But, the Aggies know what they have to do. They've done it for 10 minutes straight here. And like I said, with 2.5 minutes to go in this first quarter during this rain delay, they'll get a chance to kind of refocus, reassess, and we'll see how this goes.
Well, I'm going to take the time now to play the interview with Coach Hogan, and then we'll play that interview with Coach Reddick. So that way, we started to play that earlier and had some technical difficulties. Here's the interview from when I sat down with Fultondale's coach, Coach Hogan.
Hello, everybody. This is Christopher Greer. We're going to have a question and answer session. Coach, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. You've got a young team. You can talk a little bit about that. Certainly, the seniors.
And I should just have to press the dot. It goes from blue to black. I don't think black's the right answer. It just reconnected. That's fine. It's automatic.
My bad.
Your audio, but I'm just trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
You're not hearing anything? You said you could hear Talia, but you couldn't hear.
Vaguely, but explain, but I cannot hear it. So when you're messing with the red too,
They said 30 minutes. We need to be prepared to take jobs.
My mom said I had to.
Huh?
My mom said I had to come up here. Look at this.
Would you mind?
It's a cool lake, right?
Thank you. I appreciate it. Now, I don't know if it's not enough.
Ladies and gentlemen, please feel safe to seek refuge in your vehicle if you feel to do so. You'll be allowed back in the gates.
I'm gonna sit up here for now because I asked my mom. She said yes. I can probably get you a coat for this, but not because I think the coats are like $5 maybe. I just
give us back 1 second.
Oh no, I already got some things. I'll be on my way. See y'all here soon.
Well, Eric, that was Coach Hogan of the Fultondale Wildcats, and he was gracious enough. Of course, we had some technical issues with that, too. We're going to play a couple of commercials, and we'll be right back after these messages on Friday Night Live in about a minute 15.
Are you looking for a reliable ride at the lowest prices in town with financing? PNC Auto has you covered. Finance options for all credit types, good, bad, or ugly. Plus, a free vehicle report is available for each listing. You can get pre-qualified today online at mypcauto.com. And they offer a free 90-day powertrain warranty or free maintenance for a year. No, we're not kidding. Chad Johnson and Paul Carpenter are ready to help you drive away happy today. Chad is available at 256-493-2491, or Paul can be reached at 256-339-9932. PNC Auto on Highway 278 just past the Methodist Church, or online at mypcauto.com.
Live 95 is brought to you in part by Merchants Bank of Alabama, a division of South Point, now with several locations across the state, but still located in the heart of Cullman County. They are a proud sponsor of Cullman Community Radio on Live 95. Merchants Bank of Alabama, a division of South Point, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Guthrie's Auto Service has been providing quality automotive service since 1985. Located in Cullman on Eva Road, just north of 157, Guthrie's Auto Service is a AAA approved and Napa Auto Care Center, meaning their repair work is warranted up to 3 years or 36,000 miles. And because they're part of the Napa Auto Care Network, their work is also warranted at over 14,000 Napa Auto Care locations across the country. Terry Guthrie and his team are award-winning, collecting Napa's Auto Care Center of the Year for the Nashville Distribution Center and a People's Choice Award in 2020. More information is online at Guthrie'sAutoservice.net.
Welcome back to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. I'm Christopher Greer, joined by my partner in crime, Mr. Eric Brenneman. Eric, we've got some scoring updates. You want to hit us with those?
Well, there's a few coming in, just some random teams right now. What I could find, the only one, Hartselle playing Austin Black Bears, and Hartselle's up 30-0 in the first quarter. I do have Culver County just scored its 7-6 versus the Central Wildcats. And we're trying to get other scores. You know, sometimes they can be slow to come in, but we're going to keep an eye on those and pass those along to you.
Well, you know, we're going to go ahead and give the scoring recaps, and that's brought to you by CCM Garage Doors. Don't fight the ups and downs of named garage door. You know, nothing's worse than when a garage door breaks here. When that happens, give CCM Garage Doors a call. Basically, it started with Jake Harper just running, and it ended with Jake Harper running. In between, we had a onside kick, actually a pooch kick, that Fairview recovered, and then Jake took it.
If it wasn't Jake, it was Rex.
Right.
A new addition, I guess, Rex Chandler, number 8. The plays he ran was,
impressive.
Very impressive. He had the knowledge, kind of the intuition, and man, did he have speed.
He sure did.
You clearly see that.
Big time speed, man. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the other side of the field. That last drive, we had a little bit of success for the Fultondale Wildcats. And it started with Caleb Parker, the very small freshman quarterback. And it looks almost like he's out there amongst giants, but he does not play small, does he?
No, absolutely not. Kind of big in a small body, but, big on spirit for sure.
He had one scramble where a play just broke down, and man, there was nobody that could seem to get a hand on him. It was almost reminiscent of Michael Vick back in the day when he was like a cheat code on video games.
Well, it's hard to tackle. He may be small, but he is hard to tackle. Obviously, he does have speed. So it's one of those that you really got to dial in. You think you've got him cornered, and, whoops, here he goes.
Let's talk about that for a second. How do you combat a quarterback who's that elusive and has that level of escapability?
Well, I guess one of the things is that, experience. And what I mean by that is you're going to be able to rattle a young man. He's new. He's a freshman. They're going to be able to throw a lot of different looks at him to rattle him where he's not going to be focused. And he's going to be a lot easier to take down.
Well, another thing that Fairview has to focus on is they have got to focus on contain. Don't let the ends get upfield. Don't create those running lanes. Keep your defense playing what we call the heel line, which allows you to keep him kind of in a net.
Well, yeah, exactly. Once you do that, I used to play with the old guy, Lewis Murley. He was a great guy that helped me a lot on defense. But, yeah, that's exactly what you do. You just kind of ensnare and attack, and you're good.
Right. Well, that was something that our old line coach, Coach Jeffries, taught us. Way back in the day when we played at Hartson. Of course, we had leather helmets back then. We were a sight to behold, I promise you.
No, we did. It made it fun. And, as long as you have the fundamentals right, you have a sense for the game, you can kind of start pinning those ears back and, and you can work some damage on that offense really good.
Well, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. We're going to take about a minute and 2 seconds on this one. We'll be right back on the Fairview Aggie Sports Network.
Looking to buy or sell your home? You can trust a team that treats you like family.
We're the Warhurst Team Realtors at SR4 Realty, a husband and wife real estate duo with deep roots and unmatched knowledge of the market.
We know every corner, every neighborhood, and what it takes to get you the best deal.
And our top priority, you. From your first showing to final closing, we're by your side every step of the way. Because when you work with us, you're not just a client, you're family. We're the Warhurst Team Realtors at SR4 Realty. Real estate with heart, hustle, and hometown care.
You can find us on Facebook or Instagram at the Warhurst Team Realtors.
Powering the good life. That's what Cullman Electric Cooperative does. Reliable, affordable electricity to keep your home running and Sprout Fiber Internet to keep you connected with blazing fast Wi-Fi for home, school, and work. They are proud to support the student athletes, cheerleaders, and band members who bring energy and pride to our community every single day. Cullman Electric Cooperative and Sprout Fiber Internet, powering the good life.
Welcome back to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. I am Christopher Greer, joined by my partner and fellow lightning rod, Eric Brenneman. And so far, so good, Eric. Apparently the metal fence and the metal poles around us have kept us safe from the lightning.
That's the theme of the night, it seems to be, Chris. I thought we were going to skate through here with some, we thought the rain had moved in and out earlier, but we do have some lightning, no rain. But hopefully we can get this out of here and we can keep these Aggies rolling like they have been in this first quarter.
Well, they certainly have, man. I mean, it's been impressive. Cole has only thrown a couple of passes. He's completed one of them, and the other ones he did not. A couple of them he put right in his receiver's hands, and I only saw one throw where really he overthrew his guy.
Well, but yes, it was an incompletion. It had more air under it. That was a certain touchdown, but that's kind of what I mean. That was a perfect play call. Nobody behind the receiver. He just had it on the line rather than lofting it up. But, that just gives them a good look for later in the game. I'm pretty sure that that's going to be there for them later in the second half.
I was just about to tell you, I'm fairly certain that was going to be there. Great minds think alike. What I've seen from this Fultondale defense, they are stacking the box. They're selling out to stop Jake Harper.
Well, you know what? I say that's a bad move. Also, I say that they don't have much of a choice. Jake Harper's hard to bring down.
Well, it's pick your poison.
Exactly.
You can sell out and stop the run, and that's what they're doing.
Well,
they have nobody back deep, no safeties. Everyone's in the box.
Well, and the Aggies have shown that they have no problem with that. Go ahead and stack the box. Guess what? We're going to throw it right over you. They've done it here tonight, and but their running game has been effective where they haven't had to do that. So, but it's clearly in their back pocket, so they've got this.
Well, with a 21-point lead, do you really need it? And that's the question. And I don't think you do. I mean, maybe hit some passes just to get dialed in.
Correct. So, this is where video games differ than real life. So, in a video game, you're not scared to go to that money play.
Right.
In real life here, you want your guys, everybody on that team to contribute, and you want to have as many weapons as you can create.
Right.
You never know when you're going to have to pull them out, and, they may not get many touches. However, when you call on them, they're there and ready, and it's just another weapon in your Batman tool belt.
Well, they're going to have some tough games coming up. And it's good to have games like this where you can try things. You can get dialed in. You can, figure things out. You can move things around and tweak and kind of figure out what you need to do. So where we're at time-wise right now, it's 8:01. They should be coming back out at any minute. We went to a lightning delay at about 7:35.
Now, what we don't know is if they have reinstituted, if there's been any lightning since the original lightning. So right now, as it stands, as we know, it was started at 7:35. It's now 8:01. So we've got 4 more minutes before the 30 minutes is up. We haven't heard anything from the officials, so I'm not sure if there's been any additional lighting on that, but we're going to do our best and get our sideline reporter on that. Hopefully she can make a connection and give it the refs.
Right. Well, we're going to take we're going to keep talking just for a few more minutes, Eric.
I'm not showing any more lightning, but I'm not the official.
Our weather spotter is not showing any more lightning in the area, which is definitely a good thing. So we should be getting the game back underway momentarily.
But we've got both teams still in the tunnel, still in the locker rooms. So nobody's taken the field as of yet. But I believe you're right, Chris. It's got to be getting closer to ball time again.
I tell my wife all the time, if we could just start with the whole "you're right, Chris" thing, it would save so much time.
Yeah. I'll take my $20, please.
Right. Come on now. When we come back, Fultondale's going to have the ball. It's going to be, unless I'm mistaken, it's going to be 1st and 10. And for the very first time, they're going to be in Fairview territory.
Well, they will be. It's on the 47, so that's as close as they've gotten so far here in the first quarter. But, we've got 2.5 minutes left once we do get started. And I imagine that this defense is just going to pin their ears back again.
I wonder how long it'll be until we start seeing some young guys come in the ball game. We might not see Jake Harper.
Well, you know, one of the
Probably
things
better.
about the Aggies is they do have a lot of two-way players. Obviously, conditioning is a big part of what they do. But, you know, my fear is maybe overuse early in the year. And plus, you need to be as deep as possible.
We're about to go ahead and start it. All right,
If
well,
you're missing a cell phone, we have
we're
it
going
up
to
here in
go
the
ahead
press
and
box.
play that interview.
If you're missing
with
a cell
Coach Hogan.
phone, we have it in the press box.
We've got the technical difficulties taken care of. And here's my interview with Coach Hogan of the Fultondale Wildcats.
Now.
Has struck the wires and traveled down to the computers and has erased the interview error. I blame you for that one.
Well, you know, I'm not surprised, Chris, but that's okay.
I mean, it's too late in the game for me to learn a new trick now. You know, I mean, we've been kind of doing that our whole lives. In case you didn't know, I've known this fellow sitting next to me basically since we were, about 8 years old?
Yeah, that's about right. Probably younger than that, Chris.
Played baseball, football, came up together through high school, and, you know, stayed connected the entire time. Somehow I even talked him into being the best man at my wedding.
You know, folks, if we had several hours to fill, I would be happy to get you in on the scoop here.
That I will veto that one.
I wonder why that is, Chris.
Because the statute of limitations has passed on.
Well, you know, if I continue to hang out with you, Chris, you know, shame on me, I guess. So that's
yeah, but you're always entertained.
Yeah, there you go. This is true.
So let's look a little bit at the Fairview Aggie schedule. You know, we didn't really have a chance to break that down earlier, and let me pull mine up. Fairview has a very nice schedule this year. Here it is. You know, we open up with this jamboree against Fultondale. Then next week we've got Springville at home, and then we start region play. And when you're talking region play for Fairview, you're talking West Point, Ardmore, Lawrence County, Russellville, Priceville, and East Limestone. And there's some tough teams in there, Eric.
No, I agree, Chris. There is some tough teams in there, but, you know, when you have some advantages, like I said, goes a long way. They do have them at home this year, so hopefully that's going to translate into some wins and going into this postseason.
I don't know which is which, though.
Really strong effort behind it.
Okay, well, we're going to play the interview with, I believe it's Coach Hogan. We've got the technical difficulties worked out. Here's the interview with Coach Hogan of the Fultondale Wildcats.
Hello, everybody. This is Christopher Greer. I'm sitting here with Coach Hogan of the Fultondale Wildcats, and we're going to just have a little quick question and answer session. Coach, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me.
Thank you for having me, Chris.
You know, you've got a young team. We talked a little bit about that before we started the interview. How many seniors do you have this year?
We've got 5 seniors. Only 3 of them are going to be playing tonight. We've got a couple of them that are a little banged up right now, trying to get them ready for region play. So we are very young. Youth is the name of the game for us. So.
Well, not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. I mean, it might cause some struggles in the near term, but in the far term, it pays off. You mentioned a little bit of health issues. How are you, injury-wise?
Those 2 guys were pretty good, and both of them are not one's just kind of he's nursing a high ankle sprain, and the other one is actually coming off of he just hadn't been cleared yet. He's coming off of ACL surgery from December.
Okay.
So he's, just waiting for he's probably about 2 weeks out.
Right. The high ankle sprain, that could be a problem. It does linger.
It never gets better.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
30 years down the road, you end up having surgery on it.
Well, that's what we told him. It's, the good news is you're not going to get any worse. It's just going to be a matter of what you can tolerate.
Right.
If you're waiting on it to feel good, that's not going to happen this season. So, but yeah, we'll roll with the punches like we do.
You know, we talked a little bit, before the interview, and we talked about Fairview some. How are you preparing for the Fairview Aggies specifically, and I'm talking about the running game of the Aggies?
Well, Coach Casanova McKenzie is my defensive coordinator. He brings, obviously, a wealth of knowledge to everything. And the reason that this game was so appealing to me when Coach Redding and I first started talking back in the spring was that you know what you get with Fairview. They're gonna do things the right way. They're gonna play their rear ends off the entire game, and they're gonna be physical. They're gonna be disciplined, and it's everything that we want to see, everything that we need, because there's very few in this business. There's very few constants. But one thing in my playing career and in my coaching career that's always stayed true was that you make the most amount of improvements between weeks 1 and week 2. So for us, the opportunity for Fairview to come down and us to be able to open up with them, I just thought it presented a great opportunity for us to be able to grow. And that's kind of the message that we've sold to our kids, like who's going to play cleaner, longer.
Right.
And at the end of the day, it being about who's more physical. But Coach Redding's done a tremendous job in his time, and what I love about it is, the packaging of everything is so good. Like the personnel will change, but the what you see on film from Fairview will not.
Right.
And I think he does a great job of holding the players to a standard, and I think they do a good job of executing that standard. So,
I've followed the Aggies for quite a few years now, and they play with a lot of pride.
Sure.
It's important to them. It means something to them. Let's talk a little bit about your region. We looked at some of the region schedule that you've got coming up. Who do you see being the really tough games in your region this year?
Well, I think that I think Dora, obviously, I think Dora's going to be very difficult year in and year out. They kind of stay loaded, so to speak. But I think there's a lot of parity in our region. I think it's kind of open for grabs. There's nobody that's really just head and shoulders above anybody else, and there's nobody that's headed below anybody else. I think that you've got to be ready to play week in and week out. So, obviously, Good Hope won it last year, and they're a very similar brand to Fairview, same type of hard-nosed, hard-working, disciplined kids, So, it was, again, going back to the Fairview game, it was an opportunity for us to be able to get an idea of that type of game, and it just appealed to me. So, like I said, with the region schedule that we have, I think that we want to go out there and be able to compete, and we're going to have to play our best week in and week out. So I don't think, like I said, I think Dora, athletically, they're going to have a few players that are obviously going to be showcased, but for the most part, I think it's going to be a matter of who plays the best on any given night.
Right. Well, iron sharpens iron.
No doubt.
And, you get better by playing good teams. Fairview's a quality team. They're a small team compared to, numbers-wise to a lot of other teams they play. But they play hard-nosed football. Coach, I wish you nothing but the best. I wish you a lot of luck this upcoming Friday, and I can't wait to see the game. How excited is your team to get on the field?
Very, very. The opening week is it's just special, man, because you've done all your passing camps and your OTAs, but then, going back to that whole improvement between week 1 and week 2. And the other constant is last week is always the most difficult week of the season because you're so tired of seeing each other.
Right.
You're just ready for an opponent, and you're ready to get ready for a new scheme, for new personnel, and I think it's going to be a great night. I think it'll be a good competitive football game, and we're excited about it.
Well, Coach, I'm looking forward to it very much. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your schedule to talk to us. Good luck to the Wildcats, and we'll see you on Friday night.
Chris, thanks for having me, man. Good luck to y'all.
Thank you.
That was Coach Hogan of the Fultondale Wildcats. Now we're going to play the interview that we did with Coach Redding of the Fairview Aggies. Here's a few minutes when I had a chance to sit down and talk to Coach Redding about the Fairview Aggies. Hello, everybody. This is Christopher Greer with the Fairview Aggie Sports Network, and I'm joined by Coach Redding. Coach, thank you so much for taking time out to talk to us today.
Yes.
You got a big game coming up this Friday. It's the season opener. You're traveling down to Fultondale. I actually just got back from that stadium, and man, it's going to be an exciting time. How do your players take it, transitioning from fall camp into that first week? Are they excited?
Oh, super excited, and that's the thing. Like, there's something special about a Monday of game week, and we take a lot of pride in that game prep and understand the mentality of everything we do. All drills, everything's got to be geared towards the game plan for that week, and still while maintaining development of other areas that we've got to continue to develop. So the energy's good. We know that it's a beautiful facility down there, and I've got to talk with Coach a little bit, and new staff coming in. I know they got tons of energy down there, and we're grateful for the opportunity to be able to go down there.
Well, I'm looking forward to the game, and I know everybody that I've talked to is as well. A lot of new faces for Fairview, but this is a team that's loaded with upperclassmen. How many seniors do you have? Do you know right off the top of your head?
Yeah, we have about 15 seniors. We only had 6 seniors last year. We lost some good ones, though. Those were 6 really good seniors that contributed a lot and to our success. And so, each year you're having to try to fill in some new spots. And even though we got a lot of guys back, we've got some new faces that are coming on board with some juniors. We got a heavy junior class. There's about 14 of those guys. And so we're excited about this group. And, and the funny thing is what I love is we got some sophomores knocking on the door. Right. And they're like, hey, Coach, look at me. And so that's exciting to see. And even this week we've had 2 or 3 freshmen that's really showed out on the scout team. So love the competitive atmosphere and the spirit that we got going. We're still working on some things, chemistry wise and consistency wise, but I believe probably everybody is this time of year.
Well, with this being a week 0 game against Fultondale, are you planning on getting everybody on the field if at all possible?
Our goal is to get everybody. That's what we push for every day. Like we really strive for overall player development. So anytime we can get our kids on the field, we want to do that. And but our kids also understand, we expect them to play both sides of the ball and learn both sides of the ball and what can you bring to the table. And they understand that they've got to bring some value. Mm-hmm. And I love that. I love that pressure that we try to put on them. What can you bring to help make our team better? And our guys have kind of grasped that. We'd love to be able to get everybody out there. And also at the same time, we want to do a good job of getting our guys in positions where they can be successful, because if they are, then ultimately our team is.
Well, we talked a little bit about some of the upperclassmen. Now let's talk about some of the new faces coming into the Fairview Aggies. Who are some of the younger guys that are going to really have a chance to contribute this year?
We got a couple, a few spots up front. That's kind of been a little bit of our focus as well. Sebastian has come in and really done well at the center position. We have Joey Harbison. We also Colby Bentley. He's a senior, but yet he's not played at the offensive line, and he's been a starting linebacker for us. So him taking on a new role, and how unselfish is that? How awesome is that? Is really good stuff. Got a freshman, Jackson Skaggs is really trying to make his mark. Then we got some receivers. We got Colt Dean has really come on. Colin Nelson has come on. Aiden Batts has come on. And really just trying to make a name for themselves. And we got other guys that are just nipping at their heels every day. And it is important for us. I feel like we talk about the same thing every year about building depth. It's so important for us to build a certain level of depth, we feel like, to be successful in 5A. This year is no different. Not sure that we have it where we need it yet, but we got some guys that are really trying to come on.
You have to love it when you see those young guys who are really pushing upperclassmen, trying to say, look at me, coach. Look what I've got on film. Yeah. I mean, that warms my heart when I see those young guys doing that. Let's talk a little bit about the health.
Okay.
How healthy are the Fairview Aggies right now?
Yeah, we're all good. I mean, health-wise, we're in good shape. I think we're still, like anybody else, continuing every day to get in good shape, conditioning-wise. And we know early early August or this August games, and also your early September. You know, the heat's going to be a factor for all of us, and we also know the Fultondale being on turf, the heat's going to be even more. But overall, as a team, our health is good. You know, we had an injury this summer with one of our senior receivers, Zayden Cruz, and he's doing a tremendous job of fighting hard and working to try to get himself back. And we're just praying every day for him and his healing, and also just the mentality he has had on facing that adversity has really just rubbed off on our team. We got a bunch of guys that's super excited about taking up for him, you know, and pulling and taking up the slack while he's gone. And we talked the other day, man, just how awesome is it that these guys want to do that until he can get back, and we can't wait to have him back.
You know, I'm really happy to hear how his rehab is going, because it hurt me when I heard that he had gotten hurt. Yeah. You never want to hear of a kid having an injury, especially not a senior. Yeah. But I believe we'll see him back on the field this
Without
year.
a doubt, I have 100% belief in that, and the good Lord's going to work in that, and we'll let him handle all that stuff. And Zayden, I promise, he's going to do everything he can to be back on the field. And you know what the thing is too is we've talked even yesterday, but also last week about, you know, our success is going to be determined a lot about how Zayden impacts our team. And we knew that going into this year. Right. And even though that we have an injury, that's not changed. He's impacting the team tremendously just as a player coach, and his knowledge and experience on the field helping get these young guys ready.
Well, now, Coach, I'm going to finish up with one more question, and you might think it's a little bit of rat poison, but I have to ask it because it's been asked of me. Last year, you guys finished the regular season undefeated. Yeah. It seems like the stars are lining up. You've got a top-heavy class so far as upperclassmen. You've got a lot of skill position guys returning. How high is the ceiling for the Fairview Aggies this year?
You know, and I think it can go to a lot of teams can maybe attribute to that, as far as, like, you know, I think sometimes your ceiling can be wherever you want it to be. And this group's tough. I mentioned that to someone just today. They're tough and they're competitive. But also at the same time, they also understand that we're inconsistent right now. And there's a certain level of consistency that's got to happen for us to be successful here. We understand our blueprint, and for us to grasp our blueprint and understand that sometimes we're not always the most talented or the fastest, but we do have to line up and be right and outwork teams. And as long as we keep that blue-collar mentality, I think we have a chance. So I'm excited to see what they can do. You know, never know what the end result's going to be, but I know we're not going to get too far away from who we are.
Coach, thank you so much for your time. It was great having a chance to sit down and talk to you. And I can't wait for Friday night. If you guys want to see what these Aggies are going to do, just tune in Friday night on the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. I'm Christopher Greer with Coach Redding signing off. Y'all have a great day.
In 1952, 7 men at an aluminum plant banded together and started Lister Hill Credit Union with only $5 each. Today, more than 92,000 have joined us, continuing the legacy of supporting themselves and the community through Lister Hill. It's all about we and what we can do together.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Alabama. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the AHSAA and the Alabama High School Athletic Directors and Coaches Association.
And welcome back to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. We just heard an interview with Coach Redding and with Coach Hogan for the Fultondale Wildcats. Both teams back on the field now, Eric. I believe we're about to get some gameplay going.
Well, yeah, Chris, this lightning seems to move out. It's now safe for everybody to return. We've got both teams on the sidelines now, so we're looking to pick up right where we left off. Got 2.5 to go here in the first quarter, and Fairview up 21-0, and the weather just continues to get better tonight. I could play for several hours here tonight. So.
Right. Even at our age. And speaking of which, I'm going to give some love to that Fairview Aggie offensive line. They're blasting open holes big enough for me and you to hobble through.
it's hard to pick one out. They're looking like a complete unit.
Right.
They're doing their job, and it shows.
Well, I am very impressed by how the offensive line has looked tonight.
Well, that was the story coming in. They've had some guys return. They had a few new additions.
Cullman's only alternative station. You're on the edge.
In a world where trust is hard to come by, there is one company that goes above and beyond. Introducing Plus One Heating and Air.
At Plus One Heating and Air, we believe in more than just fixing your HVAC system.
The lightning defense system worked impeccably. No one was struck by lightning.
No equipment damaged. I think we passed it too, Chris.
And with some of the tall tales we were telling up here, if anyone was going to get struck, it would have happened tonight.
Yeah, these goalposts are specially designed to track in that lightning. So we didn't see any tonight, thank goodness.
Well, number 9, Caleb Parker, has his guys in the huddle on the sideline. The Fairview Aggies, meanwhile, are on the ball. Number 62, Braxton Kilpatrick, playing one end. You've got number 70, Andrew Latham. He is playing the other end. And number 74, Avery Latham. He is also anchoring that line. Jake Harper is at one of the linebackers. Number 59, Evan Smith, is playing in the middle and bringing the hits. Number 50, he is out there as well. Here comes the Fultondale Wildcats back on the field. 3 receivers to the far side. Quarterback takes a snap. He hands it off, goes off left guard, gets away from the first man, and is slung down. Jake Harper got a hold of the number 8 jersey. That was Camarion White on the carry. And he's one of the seniors on this team. Looked like he was going to get positive yardage, but Jake Harper said, nay.
He did get a couple yards, and he got immediately pushed back as he tried to make the extra run and run around, but it didn't work out for him.
It's going to be a loss. Yeah, it'll be a loss of about a yard. It's going to be second down, about 10. In the shotgun, Caleb Parker takes the snap, hands it off on the jet sweep to number 3, and he is met with big-time force by Jake Harper. Man, a host of Aggies came along for the fun, but that young man got what we used to call decleated.
These Aggies are looking mean on defense. That was a great play. Never had a chance there from the Wildcats, and they snipped it out immediately.
It's going to be third down and long for the Wildcats. Is it 4-down territory? Possibly. Number 3, George Lewis, comes and checks in the backfield now, besides Caleb Parker. 3 receivers to the near side. Fairview's bringing the blitz. They flush him out. They're trying to keep containment. He tries to get away. The ball's on the ground, and they're going to say he was down by contact. The sack was made by big number 74, Avery Latham, and Andrew Latham, number 70.
Very good defensive play right there. That's the right call. He was down. He tried to spin back out of it, but he was down the first contact there. So great play. Good job on the defense by the Aggies.
Well, the punter comes back on the field now. Second time that we've seen him tonight. And they're playing it very safe. He's got 3 protectors back there by him, just in case Fairview decides to try out their punt block unit.
Well, the first punt earlier, that was a low line drive. Let's see what it looks like this time.
If I'm a special teams coach for Fairview, I'm telling the guys up front, get your hands up. Get your hands up. You might get lucky and block it. It's going to be a delay of game penalty now on the Wildcats. That's going to back it up 5 yards into their territory, back to the 45. Punter standing on about the 30-yard line, waiting on the snap. That's 20 yards deep, 15. There's the snap. Kick is up. Better kick this time. Fair catch signaled. He is going to catch that ball at the 30-yard line. Caught by number 5. That's Scott Connor Jr. Good job coming up and fielding that before it hit the ground here.
No, that was not an easy catch right there. He made it look easy. And so as we close out this first quarter, Fairview will have the ball. And as we are up 21.
Well, that's going to be the end of the first quarter. And Fairview's going to go over to the sideline and talk things over and take a break. We're going to take a 30-second break here as well. We'll be right back after this message on the Fairview Aggie Sports Network.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Alabama because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Welcome back to the Fairview Sports Network. I am Christopher Greer, joined by Kalia Fitch, our sideline reporter, and by Eric Brenneman, my partner in crime for more years than I care to count. Eric, so far in the first quarter, it has been all Fairview, has it not?
You know, it's been a excellent show by the Aggies on offense and defense. It was definitely all Aggies. We're up 21-0 here to start the second quarter.
Colt Redding is in the shotgun, two receivers to either side. Fairview going from left to right. Jake Harper in the backfield living to his right. 4 men up defensive front from Fultondale, handing off to Harper. He pulls his way forward, dragging defenders for 2 yards. Excellent defense there by Fultondale there.
Yeah, they're trying to shut that run down a little bit. Having some success there, but
I've noticed they've added a safety. They're no longer playing 11 men in the box. Colt Redding in the shotgun takes a snap, rolls to his left, looks out, it's complete. Caught at about the 40, up to about the 44-yard line. That was number 5, Scott Connor, on the catch. And the junior made a good run after the catch, Eric. That'll be another branding iron first down for the Aggies.
Nice pass, nice roll out there on the left side. Bringing the ball out here to the, I believe, the 44, I believe.
44-yard line. They're knocking on the door of Fultondale territory again. Colt Redding in the shotgun. Jake's beside him. So there's the snap. Hands it off to Jake Harper. Goes up the middle. He's got a seam. One man to beat, and he gets tripped up at the 45. Not before a 12-yard gain, and there was nothing but green grass between him and the end zone if he had not gotten tripped up. But they still get a branding iron steakhouse first down for the Aggies.
Oh, if he was running downhill there, it would have been over with. He was sidestepping. Some tacklers almost evaded the last one, but a good 12-yard gain.
Jake stays in the ball game. 3 receivers to the far side now. Colt Redding's in the shotgun. He takes a snap, looks downfield, goes deep, throws a fade, just overshoots his receiver. Number 28, Aiden Batts, was who he was trying to connect with. The sophomore had 2 steps on the defender, and I'll say this, Colt put the ball where only his man had a shot, Eric.
2 feet away from a perfect pass. Almost let him just enough, just a little too much there on that play, but that was almost a 45-yard completion for a touchdown.
It's going to bring up 2nd down and 10 now for the Aggies. And, you know, when you've got a running game like this, you can take those risks.
Absolutely. It's only 2nd and 10 now, so here come the Aggies.
They send a man in motion. They're going to hand it off to him. That's Jay Stevens, and a big-time tackle by Fultondale. Number 2, Christy Ross, the 9th grader, makes the play after a short 1-yard gain.
Yeah, excellent tackle there by Ross Christie. 170-pound back there. He took him down real well. As a freshman, that's a great play.
Jake Harper stays in the game. Number 21, Jay Stevens, comes over to the other side. He lines up next to 28. That's Aiden Batts. 2 receivers on either side spreading the field. Colt Redding sends Jake Harper in motion, takes the snap. It's a screen, He gets it out to Jace. He's got it caught at the 40, up to the 35, 30, to the 25, to the 20, dragging defenders down to the 18-yard line. Big pickup of about 25, and another Branding Iron Steakhouse first down for the Aggies.
So yards after contact, Chris. That was a lot of them after contact, going through people.
They rush back to the line. They snap it. Quick pitch out. He gets it to number 5, complete to the 10, the 5, touchdown, Aggies. Coleman ready to Connor Scott for the score.
I mean, just everything in sync, Chris. The O-line made that happen. That was a great pass, a great catch by the receiver, and just walked into the end zone.
Man, they are firing on all cylinders with a little bit of NOS thrown in. Colt Redding down to attempt the extra point. 9:13 left in the first half. Fairview's up 27-0, but we may be extending that. There's the kick. The kick is up. The kick is good. So with 9:13 left in the half, Fairview extends the lead 28-0. We'll be right back after this 30-second message on the Fairview Aggie Sports Network.
Cracked windshield? Don't wait. Call the pros at Odin's Auto Glass in Cullman. From chips to full replacements, Odin's gets you back on the road fast. With honest prices, top quality glass, and service you can trust. Locally owned, family run, and proud to serve Cullman and North Alabama for over 40 years. Odin's Auto Glass, where safety meets service. You can call 256-734-2800 or stop by their location on Highway 31 North in Cullman. Odin's Auto Glass, we'll see you through it. Proud sponsors of the Cullman County Sports Network.
Welcome back to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. The score here at 9:13 left in the second half, 28-0. Fairview getting ready to kick off. Eric, how would you characterize that drive? I would say balanced.
Intent.
Yes.
You know, they did what they wanted to do there. Almost had a long pass play. Was able to complete the other pass play for the touchdown anyway. These guys, they're gelled. I mean, they look really good.
Fairview getting ready to kick it off. George Lewis and Jaden Gadsden deep for the Fultondale Wildcats. There's a kick. It's a short pooch kick. Will it hit the ground? No. Caught by a lineman at the 40-yard line. And I've got to say, I speak from experience here. That's a lineman's dream right there. Absolutely. My roommate, I played a couple years down at UAB. And I had a roommate who was an offensive guard. And I watched him take 2 onside kicks back for touchdowns in practice. And I don't think I've ever heard a head coach cuss quite like that day. That man worked in profanity the way that that Picasso works in oils.
Well, he earned it. I'll put it that way. You see a lineman run one back. That's what they live for.
Now the Fultondale Wildcats come out on the field. Led by their freshman quarterback. I'm impressed by this young man, Caleb Parker. Maybe a little bit outmatched right now. He takes a shotgun and he hands it off to his running back, goes up the right side, picks up 2 hard yards right there. That was Camarion White on the carry. And they're going to say 3 yards on that, Eric.
That was a good push by them. I tell you what, though. One thing I've noticed is their offensive line versus the Aggies' defense. I mean, our defensive line makes them look small. I mean,
there is quite a size difference between these two teams.
It's hard to get a push on that.
Right. Caleb Parker takes a shotgun, hands it off. He cuts back to the left. That was number 3, George Lewis on the carry. And the ball came out at the end. They're going to say he was down. Man, got some Fultondale Wildcats slow to get up. They're swapping paint out there right now, Eric.
Well, they're getting after it for sure. They waited all summer. They don't want to go home without leaving it on the field.
So it's going to be 3rd down, about 6 yards. The ball spotted on the 45. Fultondale going from right to left in front of us. And changing the play up right now. 3 receivers to the near side. I would say quarterback run-pass option would be my call on this. Caleb Parker in the shotgun takes a snap, looks downfield. Now he's going to get hit. Hit right as he throws. driven back, and man, his helmet comes off.
Avery Latham.
Wow.
A massive stop right there.
Big hit, joined by Andrew Latham. And I think they're going to say forward progress. It's going to be a loss of about 7 or 8. But they drove him back a good 10 yards. And then when he fell, the helmet came off. That hit was so hard, it wouldn't surprise me if the head was still attached.
I believe it's one of at least 2 brother combinations for the Aggies. The Latham brothers are fast, making a name for themselves.
Well, some of the offense comes off the field. The punter, however, does not come on the field. There he comes. A little bit of momentary confusion on the Wildcats' part. Fairview lined up and ready. And another late arrival for the Fultondale Wildcats coming on the field. That would be number 10, Wayne Nelson.
One thing that surprised me about tonight is there are very few penalties so far.
There's a snap. Kick is up and short. Bounces at the 45, across the 40. It's going to go dead at about the 38. We're going to take a quick 38-second break. We'll be right back after these messages on the Fairview Aggie Sports Network.
At Plus One Heating and Air, we believe in more than just fixing your HVAC system. Our team of skilled technicians is dedicated to providing top-notch service with a smile. Whether it's installation, repairs, or maintenance, you can trust Plus One Heating and Air to get the job done right the first time.
I've never experienced service like this before. Plus One Heating and Air not only fixed my heating system promptly, they also ensured everything was running smoothly. They truly care about their customers.
So when you're in need of heating and air services, remember the company that's willing to walk that extra mile for you. Plus One Heating and Air, where trust meets exceptional service.
I don't need to.
Welcome back to the Fairview Sports Network. And it looks like Fairview's going to take over on their own 39-yard line. 6:21 left in the ballgame. Scored 28-0. Fairview comfortably got the lead. You got to wonder how long you're going to see the starters. Fairview's not a big team number-wise, so there's limited substitution you can do.
Well, they've got a lot of starters that are used to playing two-way. There's no time like now to get their conditioning in. So,
well, Fairview has always been a superbly conditioned football club. They're a team that's got gas left in the fourth quarter.
No, I agree. They've got some athletes, and they are well conditioned.
2 backs in the backfield, one on either side of Colt Redding. Jake Harper on the right, Jay Stevens on the left, I believe. And they're going to send him in motion. Whistles blow and penalty flags come in. It's going to be movement on the Fairview Aggies. So, not what you want to start that drive here.
No, just a momentary lapse there. I think it's bound to happen. I think I jinxed a while ago when I said, there haven't been many penalties this game. That, I believe, only the second, maybe third or fourth of the night altogether, counting both teams.
Cole Redding, he's got two backs in the backfield. Now one of them, Jay Stevens, will go out wide. Got 2 receivers on either side. Jake Harper to his right. Shotgun snap, hands it off to Jake. He goes right up the gut, dragging defenders forward. Gonna just pull his way forward over the 40 to about the 42. Good pickup of about, we'll say about 8 yards right there, Eric.
That was a good solid run right there. Nothing fancy, nothing flashy, but it gets the job done. And, we'll see what happens here. 2nd and 8 for the Aggies.
Harper stays in the ballgame. Colt Redding beside him. 3 receivers to the far side. Blitz coming. He throws up a fade. It's a jump ball, and Fairview comes down with it. On the 30-yard line, number 28, Aiden Batts went up and just out-jumped the defender. Aiden Batts, 5'11". That defender, number 5, not that tall, 5'5", and I believe that's a scouting report right there.
Yeah, no, he climbed the ladder for sure on that one, was able to time his jump perfectly and land the ball there for the Aggies at the 30.
That's going to be enough for a branding iron first down. Quick snap. Colt Redding takes it, rolls out, gets hit as he throws. It's going to be complete in the flat. It's going to get up across the 30 to about the 35. That's Jay Stevens on the catch. And, you know, Colt is always looking at number 21 when he gets in trouble, it seems like.
Well, you know, I like that play. They had several options for him, and he picks the short middle for a good, solid game.
2nd and 6. Colt Redding in the shotgun, takes a snap. Quick throw out is complete across the 35. Dives forward up to about the 20-yard line. Close to the sticks. Doesn't quite make it. That was number 5, Scott Connor, on the reception there, Eric.
Nice little play there to gain some yardage. Push that ball. I think we've got 3rd and 1 here for the Aggies. So moving that ball down the field.
I believe that was a hot call right there because they saw too much cushion. They quick snapped it, just swung it out, picked up 9. 3rd down and 1. Colt Redding beside number 8. And he hands it off to him. He goes off tackle across the 10, down to about the 6-yard line. Make that the 4-yard line. Big carry by Rex Chandler, and another first down for the Aggies. That'll be a branding iron steakhouse first down. They're going to snap it quick, and they dive forward, pick up about 3, down to about the 2-yard line. That was Chandler again. They're just going up tempo like crazy.
Well, they're throwing haymakers right here. They're not going to huddle. They're going straight to the line. Now they're getting a call from the sideline. But here they go. They're ready to go again.
Colt Redding's got Colin Nelson beside him in the backfield. Takes the snap. Nope. Make that Connor. Connor takes it. He gets close to the end zone. They're going to say just short. Inside the 1, down to about the 1-foot line. Number 8, Rex Chandler, on the carry. And, man, he's looking good tonight.
Absolutely. I'm impressed with that kid as we are under 3 minutes left to go in the first half.
2 minutes, 50 seconds, score 28-0. Haven't been able to get that in because we haven't been able to take a breath. Colt Redding in the shotgun. Takes it, hands it off. Number 8 goes off tackle. Touchdown, Aggies. Rex Chandler with another score for Fairview.
Well, I tell you what, I know some running backs that are going to have to give the offensive line some dinner tonight. For real. They have been opening up. Rex went in untouched on that play on a 3rd and goal from the 1. And man, I am really impressed with this offensive line.
Colt Redding comes on to attempt the extra point. Holding will be number 5, Connor Scott. I'll tell you, that's a dangerous duo because if you ever wanted to fake it, just direct snap it to Colt. I'm sure that they thought about that, however.
Yeah, obviously. Offsides on the
I believe there's going to be movement on Fairview. Yeah. Looked like the man on the left end, we're not going to say his name, looked like he moved just a bit early. What was he provoked by the Fultondale defender? Possibly. Will Coach Redding care about that? Not at all.
Yeah, hey, 5 yards on the extra point, not a huge deal here. So apparently we've got the pro kick Harper here.
So now here's the snap. Kick is up.
Sorry, Colt Redding.
And the kick is good. Waiting on the signal, man. The score with 2:33 left in the first, 35-0. Fairview leads. We'll be right back after this 38-second message on the Fairview Aggie Sports Network.
At Plus One Heating and Air, we believe in more than just fixing your HVAC system. Our team of skilled technicians is dedicated to providing top-notch service with a smile. Whether it's installation, repairs, or maintenance, you can trust Plus One Heating and Air to get the job done right the first time.
I've never experienced service like this before. Plus One Heating and Air not only fixed my heating system promptly, they also ensured everything was running smoothly. They truly care about their customers.
So when you're in need of heating and air services, remember the company that's willing to walk that extra mile for you. Plus One Heating and Air, where trust meets exceptional service.
Welcome back to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. We're going to try and connect with Kalia. Kalia, can you hear us? Well, it seems like the energy is still pretty high down there on the sideline. Is everybody happy? So were we. Man, he has looked good this game. Well, there's the kickoff. Agreed. It's going to be kicked deep. Fair catch at about the 10-yard line. Man.
Receiving the kick.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Fair catch call.
That's right. It certainly is. And now this Aggie defense is coming back on the field. And if I had to use one word to describe them, it would be dominant. Would you agree, Eric?
They look dominant for certain, Chris, but, you know, what they've also looked like is prepared.
Yes.
From top to bottom, this defense, hasn't had a big challenge here tonight. But you know what? Sometimes they've stepped up to the plate, and they look great so far.
Well, here comes that Wildcat offense onto the field, led by the freshman quarterback, Caleb Parker. An impressive young athlete, man. He's just been a little bit outmatched tonight, I would say. In the backfield beside him is George Lewis, number 3. 2 receivers to either side. There's the snap, lifts downfield, swings it out, tipped and almost picked off. Almost picked off. It was tipped up in the air by number 7, Connor Duncan. Number 2, Colin Nelson made the diving attempt and could not come down with it.
Yeah, both of those guys were able to get their hand on that ball, almost a walk-in for a touchdown. But way to get after the ball there.
Gotta love it when your defense is playing aggressive like that.
It just shows you how many different names we've called tonight, right? And they're all in it, and I'm loving it.
Caleb Parker in the shotgun. Takes a snap. He'll hand it off to his running backs. Got a little bit of a crease. Gets across the 11 up to about the 12. Pick up about 3 for George Lewis, the senior running back.
He's being met by number 59, Evan Smith. Bring up 3rd and 8.
Right. Checking into the game for Fairview, number 55, Joseph Arvidsson, at one of the defensive ends now. They're giving those Layford boys a break. He fires off the ball. There's a snap, almost picked off again. Looked like a misread between the quarterback and the wide receiver. Number 2, Colin Nelson diving, could not come up with it.
Grayson. Fourth down.
For real. It's going to bring up 3rd and very long. Make that 4th and long. And the punter is going to be punting from back at his own end zone. Fairview's return, men, standing on the Fultondale side of the 50 at about the 44. This might be a time where you might see a block, or at least an attempt. There's a snap, and it's a short kick. Did not turn over. Bounces at the 35, going to be killed at about the 37. So, man, knocking on the red zone door, Fairview gets great field position. I think we might have seen the last of Jake, but, well, as soon as I say that, here he comes back on the field.
Eric. Well, we've got 1:34 left in this half. Aggies up 35-0. I think they're just going to finish this drive here and hopefully going to halftime up maybe 42-0, but we'll see what they have in store for this series.
Jay Stevens comes in. He goes in motion over to the near sideline. Aggies going left to right in front of us. 3 receivers on the near sideline. Jake Harper in the backfield. Colt takes a snap, looks downfield and uncorks one. Has a man and good defense. Put it on his back shoulder. It looked like number 2, Christy Ross, got a hand in and broke it up.
Either that was real good timing or a missed call, Chris. I think he got there slightly early, the defender, but, it was so close. It was a good play. But it was a good read right there. It was just a one-on-one on the outside.
Pretty throw by Cole. Cole Redding takes a snap, hands it off to Harper, goes off the right side, gets by one, gets by another, and he hits the Jets. Down to the 20, the 10, the 5, touchdown, Aggies.
Man, I don't know what to say, Chris. That's just a strong running right there by the Aggies, and a great job by the offensive line. Just a sweep out to the right. I don't know if he got touched on that play either, Chris.
I think he did at the very beginning, right at the line of scrimmage. And then he just hit the Jets and took off. 35-yard score for the senior. And we're going to be saying that a lot this year, I believe.
Well, they're going to putting up some numbers tonight. I think, we've got 1:23 left in the half. Colt kicks the extra point.
There's the extra point. It is up. Ain't good with 1:23 left in the half. Fairview leads 42-0. We'll be right back after this 30-second message on the Fairview Aggie Sports Network.
Hey, Cullman fans, when it's game time, it's pizza time, and nobody brings the flavor like Pasquale's Pizza, a Cullman tradition with the original recipe since 1968. We're talking fresh, made from scratch dough, zesty signature sauce, and a mountain of melty cheese. Still made with the same recipe you've loved for over 55 years. You can dine in or carry out and taste the hometown tradition that's been winning since day one. Pasquale's Pizza, a Cullman tradition, and still making it the way we used to, because that's how Cullman likes it.
Welcome back to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network, where it's been all Fairview all night long so far, Eric. We've had one really good run by the Wildcats who got down to the Fairview territory, but after that, just nothing there for the home team.
And they still got effort. Fultondale, they haven't given up. They are deflated, obviously, being down 42-0. But, they work just as hard as these Aggies. But the Aggies, I tell you what, are looking spectacular. I like what I see tonight. I knew it was going to be a big night for them, but wasn't quite sure it'd be this big.
Well, Colt Redding gets ready to kick it off. Ball's teed up on the 40. And there's the kick. Kick is deep. It's going to be high. Caught it about the 8. They dropped it, picked it up across to the 15. The 20 picks up a block. Dives forward across the 30 to the 31. Good return that time. I believe that was number 3, George Lewis, the running back on that one. And got ahead of steam going. Good return there for Fultondale here.
No, that was a good positive play for them. Almost bobbled the reception, but I was able to push it out, past the 30-yard line, which is a good sign for them. So, we'll see what Fultondale has to unleash
31-yard line.
Minute 15 of the half.
Well, unfortunately for Fultondale, the Latham brothers are back out on the field. Well, that spells bad news for the offensive line. They're joined by Aaron Lanes, the sophomore, who's playing nose, 5'11", 270 pounds. That's going to be a hoss to have to move him. Huge difference. There's a snap, hands it off, and nowhere to go. The Latham brothers just closed it in and shut it down after a yard.
That's a great point, Kalia. It's one thing to be a big guy, but you have got to be in shape, and they're clearly in shape, and it's showing.
Well, a few years ago, I talked to Coach Redding about their conditioning, and he said that they actually would train with a cross-country team. And there's nothing that big guys like more than to run with the cross-country team, I promise you.
Well, you better get him used to it.
Quarterback number 9, Caleb Parker in the shotgun. Got 2 receivers. It's a low snap. It's going to be picked up by the running back. He gets across the left side, gets the edge across the 40. Good run down to about the 42. And that will be enough for a Branding Iron Steakhouse first down for the Aggies.
One of the few bright spots of the offense for tonight for Fultondale. At this clock, I believe they're just going to let wind down. They might run one more play. We got 9 seconds to go. Yeah, I think they're going to let it go, and we're going to go to halftime.
Well, going to be 3 seconds left, 2, 1, and there is the half. Dominant performance by the Fairview Aggies.
Fultondale 0, Fairview 42.
We're going to take about a minute and a half break, and we'll be back with the Fairview Aggie Marching Band after these messages on the Fairview Aggie Sports Network.
When it comes to securing a home loan, you want someone who knows the ropes and can guide you every step of the way. That's where Josh Phillips of Maven Mortgage comes in.
I'm Josh Phillips of Maven Mortgage Group. You can reach me at 256-338-2920. And whether it's your first time buying a home or your 5th time, we'd love the opportunity to serve you and your family in all your home financing needs.
Josh Phillips and Maven Mortgage. Their name says it all. Experience you can trust, knowledge that works for you. With one phone call, you can take the next step toward your dream home with Josh Phillips of Maven Mortgage. Your home, your future. Josh Phillips at Maven Mortgage. 256-338-2920. 256-338-2920. NMLS number 338177.
Looking to buy or sell your home? You can trust a team that treats you like family.
We're the Warhurst Team Realtors at SR4 Realty, a husband and wife real estate duo with deep roots and unmatched knowledge of the market.
We know every corner, every neighborhood, and what it takes to get you the best deal.
And our top priority, you. From your first showing to final closing, we're by your side every step of the way. Because when you work with us, you're not just a client, you're family. We're the Warhurst Team Realtors at SR4 Realty. Real estate with heart, hustle, and hometown care.
You can find us on Facebook or Instagram at the Warhurst Team Realtors.
Welcome back to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network, and now it's time for the Fairview Marching Band. Now, got some news about this Fultondale band. They're actually going to be playing at the Sugar Bowl this year at halftime. So congratulations to them and the hard work. We'll be hearing them momentarily. Fairview still getting set up. And I will aggravate the band mom, Michelle. She said hello to us earlier about that. And she'll probably say some words to me that I can't repeat on the air. But we love her anyway.
Ladies and gentlemen,
well,
the Fairview
here
High
they
School
go.
Marching Band.
Here is the Fairview Aggie Marching Band. Give me that towel. Thank you. Thank you.
Here we go.
I recorded a video.
That's all.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Fairview High School Marching Band.
And that was the Fairview Aggie Marching Band. We were up here dancing to it, Eric. I mean, our moves are just unreal.
Hey, I'm impressed. I know what it takes to coordinate that many students at that age. Outstanding job. I'm impressed.
Well, it takes a lot of patience and possibly a hot stick or two. We're going to take a quick break, about a 54-second break. We'll be right back after this message, and we'll hear the Fultondale Wildcat Marching Band.
Are you looking for a reliable ride at the lowest prices in town with financing? PNC Auto has you covered. Finance options for all credit types, good, bad, or ugly. Plus, a free vehicle report is available for each listing. You can get pre-qualified today online at mypcauto.com. And they offer a free 90-day powertrain warranty or free maintenance for a year. No, we're not kidding. Chad Johnson and Paul Carpenter are ready to help you drive away happy today. Chad is available at 256-493-2491, or Paul can be reached at 256-339-9932. PNC Auto on Highway 278 just past the Methodist Church, or online at mypcauto.com.
Welcome back to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network, and now it's time to hear the Fultondale Wildcat Marching Band.
Passes to the young slaves, one night only, we present to the Excelsior and the Franklin Wildcat. to slow it down and control and stay stand around. You will do.
And we just heard the Fultondale Wildcat Marching Band. What an excellent job there, Eric. Very, very impressive. Both bands were.
No, both bands, and I'm telling you, the older I get, the more I appreciate, the amount of effort that it takes.
Well, it really does. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that when we come back from a break. We'll be right back. We're going to take about a 56-second break. We'll be right back after these messages on the Fairview Aggie Sports Network.
Live 95 is brought to you in part by Merchants Bank of Alabama, a division of South Point, now with several locations across the state, but still located in the heart of Cullman County. They are a proud sponsor of Cullman Community Radio on Live 95. Purchase Bank of Alabama, a division of South Point, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Guthrie's Auto Service has been providing quality automotive service since 1985. Located in Cullman on Eva Road, just north of 157, Guthrie's Auto Service is a AAA approved and Napa Auto Care Center, meaning their repair work is warranted up to 3 years or 36,000 miles. And because they're part of the Napa Auto Care Network, their work is also warranted at over 14,000 Napa Auto Care locations across the country. Terry Guthrie and his team are award-winning, collecting Napa's Auto Care Center of the Year for the Nashville Distribution Center and a People's Choice Award in 2020. More information is online at Guthrie'sAutoservice.net.
Welcome back to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. I'm Christopher Greer here on the 212 Insurance Group halftime show. 212 Insurance provides that extra degree of service that you deserve. Eric, let's talk a little bit about the first half. Man, dominant. That's what I would say.
I mean, they came out, both guns blazing. They were all over it. I love the effort right out of the gate. In that early play when they recovered the kickoff and got the ball back, they didn't hesitate. They scored again. And they just never let their foot off the gas. They spread the wealth. We've called a lot of names tonight, not enough. But, that offensive line counts as 5 or 6 easily.
Right.
Playing as a unit for sure. And I'm very impressed on both sides of the ball.
Man, Colt Redding has made the passes he's needed to make. He's put the ball where only his guy has a shot, except for that jump ball. And I have to think, Eric, honestly, that was a scouting report thing. Well, they saw something there. They're like, okay, we're going to take advantage of this. There's a 6-inch height difference.
Yeah, I mean, they watched him in practice for a long time now. They know what he can do. Why not throw the ball up and give him a chance to go get it? And clearly he shows he knows how to time the jump, and he was on it there.
Well, he was on it there. They took a couple of shots downfield, some fades. They finally connected before the end of the half, and I was glad to see that. I truly was.
Well, if you're just joining us tonight, we've sat through a 30-minute lightning delay, and then we got to watch some more lightning on the field as the Fairview Aggies have just lit it up tonight, up 42-0 at halftime. And like we said, can't say enough good things about them. They've had a few penalties, very, very minor. I mean, it was not obvious to me.
That's not a bad thing, though, and I'm going to tell you why. Coach Redding is going to look for things to work on. And
there is no perfect game.
No, never. There's never a perfect game. Fairview down in the left end zone, which would be the north end zone. Wildcats are in the south. They're finishing up. We're going to be getting underway here in about a minute, I would say. Let's talk a little bit about the Wildcats.
We've already had 6 touchdowns. I want to know how long the hype video is going to be. What, 8 minutes?
The hype video might be in chapters. Just say chapter 1, the first quarter, pre-lightning.
Yeah. Well, and on top of that, you've got Colt there. He's kicking extra points.
Well, let's say this, not only is he kicking extra points, he put 2 kickoffs inside the 0 on the 30-yard line mark.
Identical.
Identical. Like, I don't think you could do that if you try. I couldn't.
Well, no, and it just speaks to, hey, he's been practicing, obviously. It's been paying off. It's showing, and good on him. That's not easy to add to your repertoire.
That is a weapon. That is a weapon to have.
When you're already used all over the field like he is, and to add kicking on top of that.
Oh, man.
And to be as effective as he is, I'm very impressed.
On top of that, he's playing free safety. Now, he hasn't gotten a lot of work at safety tonight, simply because I'm just going to be straight with you. The offense is going to have PTSD about the Lathrop brothers.
Well, and I don't have the stats in front of me, but, I don't know how many plays there was that Fultondale ran on offense. So there wasn't that many. It was definitely 3 and outs.
No. I want to say 2 first downs in the first half. Usually, folks, we would do a better job of the stat keeping. But between lightning delays and having technical difficulties, tonight we dropped the ball. I promise you, next week we will be stuck on those stats like a hair in a biscuit.
Well, that'll be just, we'll go back and review this tape. It's some exciting tape to review.
Right.
So it's a lot to keep up with, a lot of yards that can gain here tonight. But I can promise you that there will be some interesting stats come next week. As we compile this game, and we're only halfway done.
4 touchdowns by Jake Harper in the first half?
Yeah, and we've got the newcomer, Rex.
Let's talk about him for a minute.
Number 8, Rex Chandler, came in early. I think he had was subbing in for an injured Harper, and just showed immediately he's quick, he's fast, and he has the heads up.
Right. Yeah. And running back university here in Fairview, Alabama, it looks like the next man up is waiting on deck. The ball's on the tee now. Cole Redding getting ready to kick it off. This kickoff brought to you by Shattuck's Garage Doors. More than just garage doors, experience the Shattuck's difference. Kick is in the air, fielded at the 15, across the 20, up to the 30. Then a big hit at the 31 by number 42, Alex Garcia. We've called his name several times tonight, Eric.
No, yeah, absolutely. He's on the spot there. Modest gain made by the Wildcats there on the return. So we're going to start in good position here for the defense.
They're going to spot the ball in about the 33-yard line, it looks like. And the freshman quarterback, Caleb Parker, will take over there.
Wildcats starting on the 33rd yard.
I have to say I'm impressed by the toughness of this young man. I truly, truly am. Marion White is in the backfield with him. Number 8. And it looked like junior Braxton Kilpatrick was in on that play as well. The low snap hit the ground. Quarterback picked it up, tried to make the most of it, but, man, there was just nowhere to go. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to either side. There's the snap, handoff, going to the left. Nowhere to go. Brought down by number 55, Joseph Harbinson. The senior, Marion White, tried to find a gap to get through. I think he lost a yard, Eric.
I believe you're right, Chris. That was just a handoff left side, delayed handoff. And, the Aggies were ready for that for sure. So we've got
10-16 left in the third quarter. The score 42-0. Fairview has a comfortable lead. Now 3 receivers spread out to the far side. Fultondale going from right to left in front of us, wearing their home blue jerseys with orange trim. Quarterback, low snap. It's on the ground. He's being chased. Brought down again by number 55, Joseph Harbinson. And the sophomore for the Fairview Aggies is making the most of his snaps.
Well, now you've got some guys that are coming up limping there for Fultondale, and to be expected. They just absolutely, the Aggies blasted that line. The ball hit the ground, and they snipped that out really quick.
Well, Harbinson's lining up at the left end position. There's a flag on the field. It's going to be against Fultondale, and they're going to wave it off. So the punt unit comes onto the field, I believe, and it's going to be third down and about 17 or so. Or make that fourth down 17. Hunter is going to be standing on his own 10-yard line. Fairview's going to get excellent field position after this play. There's the snap. Kick is up. Very short kick. Very short kick. Bounces at the 45.
Aggie bounce.
Takes an Aggie bounce back to the 42. And they're going to take over. Let's see where they spotted. I think it made it all the way back to the 39.
I think you're right, Chris. I think it's the 39 there. They're going to spot the ball.
Well,
we're
going to stick with the action right now. And we're not going to take a break. We're going to stick with the action because Fairview comes on the field. Let's see who comes out. Number 8 is in the backfield. Very impressive night for Rex Chandler. Here's the snap. Quarterback takes it. He hands it off to Chandler and nowhere to go. Got a new quarterback calling plays.
That's Connor Scott in there.
It's going to be Connor Scott. He's got a touchdown tonight from the receiver position. We've got some new guys on the offensive line as well. Let's get some of those numbers. Number 51, Justin Naiman, is in there now. 3 receivers to the far side. Connor Scott in the shotgun. He's going to hand it off a left tackle. Number 8, that's Rex Chandler pumping his legs.
Number 8, Rex Chandler. He's going to be met by Wildcat number 30.
Picks up a couple of yards, but just gets back to the original line of scrimmage here.
You know what? Here comes Rex Chandler's going to check out. We're going to have Ernesto Vasquez check in at running. Yes, there you go.
Right. Thank you, Falia. Colt Dean checking into the game. Ernesto Vasquez checking into the game as well. He's at running back now beside Connor Scott. 2 receivers to the far side. There's a snap. He's going to roll to his right. Looks downfield, complete at the 35. It's not going to be enough for a first down. Gets it out to number 10. That's Alex Cruz. We have a Fultondale player down on the field. It's going to be 4th down. We're going to wait and see what things look like with this Wildcat player. He's in a lot of pain, Eric. We're going to take about a 50-second break. We'll be right back after these messages on the Fairview Aggie Sports Network.
Powering the good life. That's what Cullman Electric Cooperative does. Reliable, affordable electricity to keep your home running and Sprout Fiber Internet to keep you connected with blazing fast Wi-Fi for home, school, and work. They are proud to support the student athletes, cheerleaders, and band members who bring energy and pride to our community every single day. Cullman Electric Cooperative and Sprout Fiber Internet, powering the good life.
In 1952, 7 men at an aluminum plant banded together and started Lister Hill Credit Union with only $5 each. Today, more than 92,000 have joined us, continuing the legacy of supporting themselves and the community through Lister Hill. It's all about we and what we can do together.
Welcome back to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. I didn't get a number on the young man who's hurt on the field, Eric. He's down at about the 38-yard line. And right now they're tending to him. He's getting up to his feet now. Hopefully it's nothing serious. Looks like he's in a lot of pain. Number 16.
Giovanni. Defensive lineman there for the
Giovanni Ebe coming off the field under his own power.
Giovanni Ebe. Sorry.
I would say probably got the wind knocked out of him by the way he's moving. It doesn't look like it's a lower limb problem because he's walking pretty well. Probably really got the wind knocked out of him.
Well, if you want to call it, it's probably an Aggie problem. He just ran all over.
Well, it's going to be 4th down and 6 now. The coach is still talking it over and should be coming back and play resuming here pretty quickly. I am very excited to see what some of these young Aggies can do, Eric.
Oh, I agree. This is the perfect opportunity. And good for them. They worked hard all summer. Here's their chance. You're up big on the scoreboard. Let's get them in here. Because I guarantee you, if we're going to make a deep playoff run this year, which we will, we're going to need these young guys to find their place on the team and get some reps in.
With 6:28 left in the third quarter, the score 42-0. It's been all Fairview all night long, except for that brief 30 minutes where the Lightning took over. Fairview comes back onto the field now, led by number 5, Connor Scott. Ernesto Vasquez still in the backfield.
I see.
Whoa, they are going for a field goal. They're going for a field goal. This is going to be a 51-yarder. Colt Redding lining up. Will it be a fake? It might be. Connor Scott's got the hold. 51-yard field goal attempt. There's a snap. Kick is up. And, it is wide left. It was close. And it had the distance.
I want to say that was deflected at the line. I thought I saw a small, slight deflection. Not a full-on block, obviously, but that looked good. He lined up well. Just missed it to the left. But I do want to say I think it was deflected just slightly.
I'm going to say this. That was an Elijah Guyton kind of kick. Elijah Guyton is All-American, used to be a Fairview kicker. He's down at West Alabama now. And, just doing all kinds of things for them. When you make All-American, you're doing something right.
Well, I've seen far worse kicks. That was a pretty good kick. Not terrible.
No.
And I will throw in there, I do think somebody slightly deflected it there, but we'll have to review the tape for that.
I am highly, highly impressed by that. Now the Wildcats come out. They got 3 men to the near side, 1 man to the far side. Senior running back in the backfield, George Lewis with a quarterback. Quarterback is a freshman, Caleb Parker. He takes a snap, looks to his left, and it's out there completed about the 24, gets up to the 30, going up the sideline, the 40, the 50, across the 40. He'll be brought down at the 30-yard line.
Taylor pass is going to be complete.
Tackle made, man, by 8 bats. And number 53, that was Braxton Brown helping him out, but not before a big-time gain and run. And that was a Branding Iron Steakhouse first down for the Wildcats.
Well, caught the Aggies a little bit there, caught the corner. By far the biggest play on offense tonight for them, and able to take it down deep into Aggies territory.
Quarterback's in the shotgun, 3 receivers far side. Rolls to his right, looks, got a man downfield, overthrows him.
Well, I tell you,
Taylor Parker's pass going to be incomplete on that one.
That would have been a touchdown. He had a step up.
Well, that was the right play for that situation. Just did not give the receiver enough time, but he had it there. And, I'm impressed with that play selection, actually. That was a good call.
Weston Tankersley coming into the ball game now, number 17. And we have a hot clock going at the moment. 3:44 left in the third. The score 42-0. Number 31, Easton Fitch checks into the ball game. Kalia's going to kill me for that. There's a snap and whistles blow. Easton came in the ball game and it scared them so much they jumped off sides.
That's a false start against the Wildcats.
That's going to back the Wildcats up about 5 yards. Now, I'm going to say something I've noticed, Eric. They that quarterback is locking in on a receiver. Fultondale's going to take a timeout. We're going to take a timeout as well. We'll be back in about 35 seconds. You're listening to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. Fairview rolling big. 3:10 left in the third. They're up 42-0.
Cullman Appliance Repair is now Cullman Appliance and HVAC Repair, now servicing your heating and air needs as well. Servicing most models and brands, they can be found on Facebook or Google for those appliance or HVAC repair needs. Proudly supporting Cullman area athletics and collegiate football. When that appliance or HVAC system frustrates you and you're in need of a repairman, Robert Brantley and his team are ready to help. They're available via call or text at 256-507-3415 or on Facebook, Google, or online at CullmanApplianceRepair.com. Alabama HVAC number 22238.
Welcome back to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. Fairview rolling big here in the third quarter. Got 3:10 left in the third, and Fairview's up 42-0. But right now, Fultondale is knocking on the red zone door. I'm seeing some of those offensive linemen, Eric. It looks like they're limping and hurting a little bit. Freshman,
without a doubt.
Caleb Parker in the shotgun, spread formation. Nobody in the backfield, and they snap it over his head. He's going to pick it up at about the 46 and brought down by a white wave of Aggies at the 47.
Alex Garcia right there on top of that, and another couple of Aggies on top of it.
Man, that was not what you needed. That's going to bring up third down and a country mile. It's going to be third and, let's say, about 10, 20, about 30 yards. Wow. They were doing good, too, man. He had a couple of really good passes on this drive. Let's see what they dial up here now.
That ate him up there.
He's got the senior running back beside him, Bob. That's George Lewis. He takes a snap. Screen pass, very well set up. Caught a 45 up to the 40. Picks up about 12 or 13, man, but they needed a lot more than that.
Aiden Batts snipped that out. If it wasn't for him, that would have been a bigger gain. Good job making the tackle.
That's a very hard play to defend against when it's run that well. And credit where it's due. Fultondale executed that very well. Going to be fourth down now in about 20, 25. And you got to think, why not go for it?
Well, hey, look, it's all about reps at this point. This team needs something to build on for next week. You are down 42-0. We got a minute and a half to fourth quarter. So, right now it's just one play at a time, even though you're down 42.
Here's the shotgun snap. Quarterback looks left, looks right. Now he decides to run. And, oh, my goodness, he paid a price for that.
I believe. Hold on. That was number 70. Big number 70.
Is that big number 70 on that one?
And his name is Latham.
Oh, my goodness. One of the Latham brothers just, he said, feed me more. And, oh, my goodness, that was a hit.
That was a nice play right there. Head on a swivel. He was ready. And, these guys, I can't tell you how big they are on the field, but their conditioning,
so impressive.
Being in that shape. Yeah, and to explode like that at the end of a play and still make that huge tackle is impressive.
Well, let's talk about that for just a second. This young man, 240, 250 pounds, and he accelerated.
That's what I mean.
Accelerated after a 120-pound quarterback.
That's special. You've got a quick target to hit. It's hard to be explosive on a target that small.
Fairview takes over now on downs. Quarterback's in the shotgun. That's number 5, Connor Scott, and I believe we got movement. It's going to be offsides on Fultondale. Hard count, got him.
Offsides against the Wildcats.
Now, I'll say this from a coaching perspective. You love it when your offense can do things like that.
It teaches discipline, and, you're definitely going to have plenty of that later in the year.
And what it does is it takes us to the end of the third quarter. The score, 42-0. We're going to take a quick break. It's going to be about 37 seconds, and we'll be right back with a fourth quarter. You're listening to the Fairview Aggie Network.
Founded in 1887, Cullman Savings Bank serves the people of Cullman with a full line of banking services. One of those services is their Legacy Checking Account, available to those 50-plus, military, teachers, policemen, and firefighters. It features no monthly service charge, interest earned on any balance, free paper or e-statements, and 2 free boxes of checks per year, along with other features. You can stop by any one of 4 convenient locations and ask them about the Legacy Checking Account, or visit www.cullmansavingsbank.com for more information. Cullman Savings Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Welcome back to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. And Eric, I'd like to say thanks to a couple of people. We've had a spotter up here with us, Ezra Fitch. He's been up here. Jay Fuller and Michael St. John have been our tech support. They helped us to work out all the bugs, and there was a myriad of them. Now, wouldn't our old English teacher be so happy to hear us using words like that?
You did use the word.
I've been reading those wordy books again.
So proud of you.
Now we've got number 5, Connor Scott, is in the shotgun. I believe he's got Ernesto Vasquez beside him, and he does. He hands it off to him. He goes off the right side, picks his way through a seam. He's going to get forward a pickup of about, I'd say, 3 yards on that.
Nice little game.
What's that?
Nice little game there.
It was.
For Ernesto. And I tell you, I know we've seen probably 4 or 5 running backs here tonight. All of them I'm impressed with. That was he looks good out there. I agree.
Right. Oh, there's going to be movement. That's going to be a flag on Fairview.
Flag on the way.
Yeah, we're not going to call numbers on penalties.
We love hearing that.
Yeah.
That makes my heart warm because these aren't, these kids deserve so much. A lot of them don't have much, but they put in the effort, and just to see, them rewarded,
to see it pay off.
I'm really proud of them too.
Connor Scott in the shotgun. Ernesto Vasquez beside him, 5'10", 155 pounds. Plays bigger than that. There's the snap. He's going to hand it off to Ernesto. Good cutback.
Wow.
Goes back to his left. Got a seam across the 40, across the 50, down to the 45. Big pickup of about 20 yards. Man, for the junior, and that's a Branding Iron Steakhouse first down for the Aggies.
Hey, no joke. That puts a big smile on my face. That kid has got something special for sure. Along with Rex there earlier, but both of them. But Ernesto showing what he can do with the quick cuts right there to bust out some yardage.
And speaking of Branding Iron Steakhouse, it's one of the few places I'll go for a steak. Because I don't like going to places that don't cook the steak as good as I do. Branding Iron makes excellent steaks. Connor Scott in the shotgun sends a man in motion. That's number 26 trying to set up a screen. They read it. He rolls to his right. He's going to be sacked behind the line of scrimmage. Brought down, going to be a loss of about 3. Trying to get the pass to freshman James Short. Let me tell you a little bit about the Short brothers. I know them very well because I coached against them last year when they played for Cullman. They're freshmen now. They were a nightmare to deal with last year. Look for big things from these two young men. Connor Scott in the shotgun. Sends a man in motion. Takes a snap. Pitches it out to him. It's caught by number 26. It's James Short on the catch. Picks up a couple before he brought down. It's going to bring up third down and long. Ball's going to be on about the 50. We've got 8:40 left in the ball game. Fairview up 42-0.
Yeah, it's going to be about 13. So let's see what they dial up here. We don't have any substitutions. Have Ernesto back here up on the line.
Yeah, they just moved Ernesto Vasquez up to wide receiver. Number 26 is in now at running back. That's James Short, the freshman. There's a snap. They hand it off to him. Picks his way off the right side. Has a small seam. Still fighting, man. Trying to get the yards. Gets back to the line, but that's it.
Yeah, going all the way to the sideline trying to get out of that. Just good.
Left in the ball game, 42-0. Connor Scott in the shotgun. Twin receivers to either side. He drops back. Airs it out, and it's caught. Caught at the 25. What a pitch and what a catch.
In that pass instantly.
Was that Ernesto who caught that pass?
No. I'm trying to get a number on who that was who caught it.
Leah, did you see?
Number 7, Connor Duncan on the catch.
Good call. Yeah, it's hard to track them, but that was a great.
Well, unless I'm mistaken, that was Aiden Batts. He's in at quarterback, number 28 now. That was Aiden Batts on the throw. So now we're at our third quarterback, and he's looking good. Aiden Batts now in the shotgun. He's got 2 receivers to the right. Number 3 lined up beside him. That's Austin Naaman. He's going to get the ball running to his left. No, that was Easton Fitch on the carry. Kalia, how proud does that make you?
I'm going to be pushed down by number 12.
Let's get
He
that.
had 3 tacklers on that play.
Let's see this young man get the end zone now. Easton Fitch, number 31, stays in the ballgame at running back.
That was a nice run. He just bowled over 3 defenders.
Aiden Batts still stays in at quarterback. Fitch lines up to his right. 2 receivers to the far side. Ball's on the 15. He hands it off to Fitch. He gets hit as soon as he gets the ball.
Look at that.
Gets away. What escapability. But he's brought down. It's going to be about a 2-yard loss. He was hit for about a 5-yard loss. Fought his way back.
Yeah, he did. He could have been down first thing, but he squirted out of there. Just couldn't go past it. It looks like we're going to be kicking a field goal here or a timeout.
Well, the officials taking a water break. We're going to take one, too. Going to be about a minute and 8 seconds. We'll be right back after these messages on the Fairview Aggie Sports Network.
You know, we have one of the coolest places right here in Cullman. It's Cleaning and More Cullman on County Road 437. Cleaning and More Cullman has reliable and professional residential and commercial cleaning services tailored to your needs. And I know because we use Cleaning and More Cullman at the Warhurst Team Realtors for our buyers and sellers. Cleaning and More Cullman is more than just cleaning supplies. They have janitorial supplies like trash can liners of all sizes, cleaning supplies, mops, brooms, paper towels, they have it all. Plus concession stand and restaurant supplies like cups, cutleries, plates, to-go containers, bags, straws, nacho trays, even popcorn bags. Cleaning and More Cullman has it all. Need climate control storage? How about 10 by 10, 10 by 15, and 10 by 20 units? And they even have the U-Haul trucks to carry your stuff. You can check them out at cleaningandmorecullman.com. You can get info at cleaningandmorecullman.com, or the way I like, you can dial them up at 256-736-9944. 256-736-9944. Cleaning and More Cullman, County Road 437, under the big white sign with the U-Hauls.
Welcome back to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. John Short checks into the ball game at running back, takes it off the right side, picks up about 2 yards, Eric. Hard running there by one of the Short brothers, but not a lot of room. It's going to bring up 4th down at about 11. The offense stays on the field. And at quarterback is Rex Chandler, it looks like. Short
like a bit of a wildcat here.
He takes the snap, rolls to his left. Has the man in the end zone.
Wow.
And, oh, man. There's a flag.
That's exactly what I was
going to say. He got bugged in the end zone.
He sure did.
Pass interference. That's going to be another Brandon Steakhouse first down.
I think basically he had to do that. If not,
well, you would rather give up the flag than the touchdown. Staying in the ball game.
The man with many talents almost throws a touchdown pass there, and I don't think he's done today.
Well, actually, he is. Number 9, Omar Cruz, is in the ball game now, the sophomore. Yeah, we have another quarterback here who's checked in the ball game. John Short is still in at running back. One of the Short brothers, and he is very dangerous. Oh, trust me, I had nightmares for about a week after we had to play against that young man. 3 minutes, 40 seconds left in the ball game. Wow. Score 42-0. There's the go for the 7. There's the snap. They hit it to Short. Short plants his foot. He's across the 5. Touchdown, Aggies.
John Short.
John Short, the freshman, gets his first score for the purple and gold. That brings the score up to 48-0. Wow.
I tell you what, everybody's getting their chance to shine tonight. I'm so proud of this group. Going on the road, first game of the year is not easy, and they have just shown out tonight. Lot to show on the tape. For the highlight reel, for sure.
Is it Colt kicking, or do we have a new kicker?
No, we've still got Colt. Apparently, he's full-time kicker. Up. Oh, his first miss of the night. Wide right.
And that kick is up and no good. So with 2:40 left, 48-0. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back in 30 seconds on the Fairview Aggie Sports Network.
Cracked windshield? Don't wait. Call the pros at Odin's Auto Glass in Cullman. From chips to full replacements, Odin's gets you back on the road fast. With honest prices, top quality glass, and service you can trust. Locally owned, family run, and proud to serve Cullman and North Alabama for over 40 years. Odin's Auto Glass, where safety meets service. You can call 256-734-2800 or stop by their location on Highway 31 North in Cullman. Odin's Auto Glass. We'll see you through it. Proud sponsors of the Cullman County Sports Network.
Well, we're back on the air on the Fairview Aggie Sports Network, and we're going to take a quick second for station identification. We're on the FM. You're listening to Live 95.5.
WRJMLP.
It's merciful. I'm very glad for that.
Well, with the weather delay plus the way this game is going for them, it's probably a good thing. However, this weather is just now feeling really good.
Right. There's a kick, and it's a pooch kick, and it's recovered.
Wow.
It's bouncing around on the ground. I don't know who had it. A couple of Aggies had hands on it, but did they come down with it?
Good eye there, Kalia.
Good eye, Kalia. Yeah, that's why you make the big bucks. Oh my word! Fairview has recovered their second kick of the night. Wow. Well, what you've got is a victory formation. We're down to 25 seconds.
I see one more play.
And they're going to take a knee. That's going to be it.
Well, I'll say this. Not many people have this tonight. So,
no.
People were ready for football. It's here. And the Aggies have begun the march to the postseason. We wind down the clock here.
There's the snap. They take the knee. And the clock winds down, and this game is in the books. Final score 48-0. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in a minute 7, and we're going to wrap up the post-game show. We'll be right back after these messages on the Fairview Aggie Sports Network.
At Plus One Heating and Air, we believe in more than just fixing your HVAC system. Our team of skilled technicians is dedicated to providing top-notch service with a smile. Whether it's installation, repairs, or maintenance, you can trust Plus One Heating and Air to get the job done right the first time.
I've never experienced service like this before. Plus One Heating and Air not only fixed my heating system promptly, they also ensured everything was running smoothly. They truly care about their customers.
So when you're in need of heating and air services, remember the company that's willing to walk that extra mile for you. Plus One Heating and Air, where trust meets exceptional service. Hey, Cullman fans, when it's game time, it's pizza time, and nobody brings the flavor like Pasquale's Pizza, a Cullman tradition with the original recipe since 1968. We're talking fresh, made from scratch dough, zesty signature sauce, and a mountain of melty cheese. Still made with the same recipe you've loved for over 55 years. You can dine in or carry out and taste the hometown tradition that's been winning since day one. Pasquale's Pizza, a Cullman tradition, and still making it the way we used to, because that's how Cullman likes it.
Welcome back to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. And Eric, great way to start the season. I understand you got some scoring updates for us.
Yeah, I do, Chris. It's been a little tough to get some updated scores here tonight, but I have a few. So right now in the fourth quarter, we've got Russellville Tigers 14, Deschler Tigers 13.
Oh, come on, Deschler.
I'm sure the outcome is not yet determined there. We've got Bob Jones 28 over Cullman to 0. And that game also in the fourth quarter. We're trying to scan for some more, trying to get our hands on some more. We've got the Hayden Wildcats 6, Brewer Patriots 26.
What?
That's a first. I did not expect that one.
Oh, my. Check for lightning.
Yeah, you know, we've got Buckhorn out of Huntsville 24, Decatur Red Raiders 6.
Good,
and then,
good. Go Buckhorn.
And then our other kind of surprise, well, not so much surprise, I've got Hartselle 39, Austin Black Bears 7. That is in the fourth quarter in the waning moments there.
Well, Austin is definitely going to be tough this year. You know, I'm going to talk a little bit about the scoring recaps. Jake Harper with 4 touchdowns. Colt Redding had a touchdown pass. That was to Connor Scott. You had a touchdown by number 8, Rex Chandler. And what impressed me, John Short, the freshman, number 20, getting his first touchdown as well. So many young guys.
Well, I tell you what impressed me, you didn't see a team let off the gas. You didn't see you kind of laying over to save the score. I saw the backups, the replacements. Those guys are easily capable of leading this team, and that's what you want to see. You want to spread it out. You want to, like I said, you want to sharpen as many instruments as you can have. How many tools can you build during a championship season? And I fully believe this will be a championship season for the Fairview Aggies based on what I saw tonight.
Well, let's talk a little bit about that for a second, Eric, and I'm glad you brought that up. You know, last year, Fairview ended the season only the second time in their history undefeated. They were perfect 10-0. They went in the playoffs. I wonder if they feel they have some unfinished business.
Well, hey, you know, it's when you reach those heights of success.
I'm glad you brought that up.
As a coaching staff,
last year, Fairview ended the season only the second time in their history undefeated.
They're here to show something.
They were perfect 10-0.
They worked their tail off.
They went in the playoffs. I wonder if they feel they have some unfinished business.
Obviously, those are paying off. And you know, obviously, the Wildcats here tonight had some struggles. They're a young team, but I can tell you, it is not a given. You're not going to beat them just because of the name on your uniform. So those guys have put in the work.
I'm going to tell you something that I really like seeing. Both teams came together on the 50-yard line and prayed together after the game. They interspersed amongst each other and prayed. Now they're playing the alma mater song for Fultondale. The Fairview players are standing quietly behind them, showing respect. And that's a team that's well coached. That's a team with some class.
Well, a lot of class on both sides here tonight. You know, it's not easy to get beat by a score of 48-0. They showed class throughout. There were no skirmishes, no scuffles, no ugly plays. I mean, you know, just a lot to be said about both coaching staffs who, you know, like I keep saying it over and over, they put in the work. And it is a lot of work, believe me, folks. And, you know, so kudos to them. Kudos to both teams. You know, kudos to the Wildcats for keeping their cool. And still, you know, the effort was there at the end, even though it was a decided game. So
it was.
Good for them.
It was. Man, I am very impressed by what I'm seeing. The Fairview Aggie machine is firing on all cylinders. Running Back University in Fairview, Alabama, has got about 5 guys waiting for their turn. And, man, that's going to be an interesting competition between those young guys. You know, you've got the Short, John Short, one of the 2 brothers. You've got number 31, Easton Fitch. You got Ernesto Vasquez. You've got so many guys who are talented that would be starting anywhere else.
You know, I am totally invested in this team now. I'm going to go watch the replays this weekend. I'm going to be up on my stats next week. I'm going to really keep up with this. There is a lot of talent here on this Aggie team.
Well, we're going to take a break now. We'll be right back after about a minute 8 or about a minute 25 seconds. We're going to pay some bills, but we'll come back and finish up the wrap up, and then we'll head towards the house. Man, great night. You're listening to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network.
In today's world, broadband internet is an absolute necessity. Unfortunately, the large cable and phone companies only provide broadband internet where it's profitable for them. For the rest of us, there's Cyber Broadband. Providing internet service since 2004, Cyber utilizes a small radio antenna to deliver broadband where cable and DSL don't go. You can join the 21st century today with Cyber Broadband, supporting streaming, VPN access, and everything else you've been wanting to do with that slow internet connection. It's Cyber Broadband for the win. They can be found online at cyberbroadband.net or look them up on Facebook.
When it comes to securing a home loan, you want someone who knows the ropes and can guide you every step of the way. That's where Josh Phillips of Maven Mortgage comes in.
I'm Josh Phillips with Maven Mortgage Group. You can reach me at 256-338 2920. And whether it's your first time buying a home or your fifth time, we'd love the opportunity to serve you and your family in all your home financing needs.
Josh Phillips and Maven Mortgage. Their name says it all. Experience you can trust, knowledge that works for you. With one phone call, you can take the next step toward your dream home with Josh Phillips of Maven Mortgage. Your home, your future. Josh Phillips at Maven Mortgage. 256-338-2920. 256-338-2920. NMLS number 338177.
Welcome back to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. And I understand that our sideline reporter, Kalia Fitch, is with Coach Mason Black. And Kalia, I'm going to go ahead and kick it down to you now. Kalia, thank you so much for the interview and all your hard work. We're going to do a quick recap, and then we're going to sign off. Eric, it was a great night to be a Fairview Aggie, was it not?
This was a lot of fun, Chris. What else can you say? Start of the season's always great. You can't start it any better than that. Very, very much to be proud of for the coaching staff, for the players, and just like he said right there, their conditioning is bar none, and it translates directly. You can easily tell. Kudos to them, and they've got a bright future ahead this year.
Well, and I would say to that young Wildcats team, don't get discouraged.
Absolutely.
You were playing the cream of the crop of Cullman County, and I don't think anybody would argue that.
I can see them giving the teams a lot of fits.
Yes.
They do have some talent there, and they have a certain skill set, but I can see them. They're going to give some teams some fits down the road.
With all those young players, with some of the athletes we saw tonight, especially that young quarterback, man, I was so impressed by him.
Absolutely.
It's going to take some time to put some pieces together, but their future is going to be bright. It's going to take a couple of lumps here and there, but eventually it's going to turn around for them. Meanwhile, this season, Fairview now looking to start the regular season and really get after it. We've got a game next week that's going to be at home, and then we start looking at region play. And looking at the region, man, I'm going to say this. The future looks very, very bright for the Fairview Aggies. All they have to do is keep doing what they've been doing.
Like I said, I can't wait to delve into the other games that the region has played this weekend. Of course, we know how this one turned out. But, kind of getting your old gauge meter out to see where this conference is headed, where this region's headed this year. Who's going to be the toughest test for them? Are they going to make it past? They got several of the key matchups at home. So there's a lot to compile after this first week. Not an end-all, be-all, but it's a great start for the Aggies.
Well, Eric, thank you so much for joining me. It's always cool to get to hang out with an old friend, man.
Absolutely.
I would like to say for myself, Christopher Greer, for my tech support, Jay Fuller and Michael St. John, For my partner in crime, Eric Brenneman, and our sideline reporter, Kalia Fitch, thank you so much for tuning in to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. It has been an absolute blast, and please tune in next week, and we'll be back on the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. God bless you, and good night.
Play some ads.